men bisa metunduk lagi malputa berhaila wedes beta leolan alamin. Amen.
So be it true. Glory be to Yah. All right, it looks like we're going live on YouTube. I restarted it. What was it? Glory be to Yah. See, now it's starting to work. Yes. Hopefully they come on. Those that are used to going on YouTube. At least now it's going to be recorded. Father, thank you. Let me say it. It is recording. Glory be to Yah. Yep, it had to do with the storms coming through because it is working. Good, Father. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's talk about what's happening. You know, I think whoever's on my Facebook, right? Basic Truth Revealed on the Facebook, you should have all seen when it happened. I let everybody know that we were officially in World War III over the weekend. World War, because I wasn't even home. I actually did it from my phone. Was that my phone? I think it was. And I was letting everybody know what was going on. And I was sending things to let you know what was happening. I will always try to let you know what's happening. Then, of course, you know what? They're not happy that we're getting involved, right? Right? Then, of course, the Ayatollah Khomeini and all, they're not happy that we stepped in, right? You got actually Putin saying right now that, you know what, Trump, our president, our commander in chief, he says we weren't provoked for us to get involved in that conflict. We weren't provoked. But meanwhile, they're saying, the people that are here are saying death to America, right? So, you know what? It's the same thing that's you got to understand one thing. I just want everybody to understand. It's all an act. Many people are being sacrificed, yes. Many people are dying. Things are getting destroyed. The Almighty said there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth. He's going to take out the old one, whether it be wars, volcanoes, tornadoes, however he's going to do it, he's going to do it. But at the same time, all these people are what? The kings of all the beasts' heads, right? Aren't there going to be like 7 heads, right, to the beast? Well, there's nothing new. We know who the players are. We know the times that we're in. And they're going to try to say, oh, Trump didn't have a right to do that. Well, I want to ask you something. If we go back, if we remember Bush, didn't he do the same thing to Saddam Hussein, saying, that there were, nuclear bombs? And then during some press conference or some dinner that they had, he said, oops, nope, we didn't find anything there. I want to ask you, when the United States starts telling their people, Americans to start leaving Iran, to start leaving Israel, and because it's getting too hot and heavy over there, don't you think they're letting people know what's going to be happening? Me personally, and again, I'm not one that likes to give my opinions too much. I mean, I love doing everything by scripture, as you know. But this is a play. The book has been written, okay? This book, play by play, act by act, has all been written. So if that's the case, we know that devils, demons, Lucifer's army, they know their time is short. We know that the days are just going faster and faster and faster. Time is going faster and faster and faster. That they know that it has to happen quickly. Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, you got to understand, Trump is a Kabbalah Jew. You know that, right? You know that he was at the Wailing Wall with the yarmulke on his head. You know he's with those Jews, right, that claim to be Jews, right? We know that he hangs around the Kenneth Copelands and the Paula Whites. We know he's all about the religion versus, the power of government. Government and religion, right? State and church, supposedly. We know that this was going to escalate into something coming over here. Now, Iran does not have the missile capacity to make it over here to the United States, as far as we know. Who's to say they don't? And who's to say they didn't start moving their missiles over to Russia, or they didn't move their stuff? Who's to say they didn't start moving them? Right? Everybody's given enough. Obama was the one that was bringing all these people here to the United States, the Muslim Brotherhood, ISIS, ISIL. He was bringing them here with UPS, FedEx, DHL, mail carriers when he was in office, bringing these people here. Of course, how many know what a sleeper cell is? Those that are sleeper cells. Okay? This is something you need to be aware of. They're everywhere. They're waiting for the sign. They're waiting for the time. They're waiting for the go. And you know what? What just happened right now in the Middle East by us getting involved was the go. Because now we're involved in World War III. I hope you understand the times that we're in. But I want to say right now, are we having anything on us right now? Are we seeing anything being shot at us right now? Glory be to God, no. But have we been attacked from our own since 9/11? Right? I can say whatever I want right now, right? So 9/11, it was our own government that did it. September 11th, right? 9/11 taking down the Twin Towers out of the ashes, the Phoenix shall rise, right? Causing conflicts in the Middle East, Afghanistan, Syria, Damascus, right? We're the ones going in, invading other people's lands, right? Leaving our stuff there. Do you think it's a coincidence that our military equipment, our guns, all our stuff, our ammunition is just left in the Middle East? The things that left there so they could fight each other and fight us when we send our troops back over there. We just sent more of our people over there. Now, I want to ask you something, just something to think about real quick. If our military's over there, who's protecting us here? If our military is over there, who is protecting? Well, of course, we got the Almighty protecting us individually, but who's protecting us? They were raising these robo-cops. They're raising these robo-military. You got to understand, we had people here from Russia training. Our military was training the Russians. Our military was training the Chinese. Our military has been training all those Muslims that came through in the middle of the night and then anybody could draw up a piece of paper saying that you were born here. Anybody could say, oh yeah, I was born in the United States. Here's my visa. I came in legally, right? And then joining in our military, learning our combat moves to use against us. You got to understand, our veterans, our true veterans, will never go against our own people here. Never. The people here, the true Americans, the true people for this country, will fight for our country. We'll fight for each other, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your religion. We will fight to keep this country. But those that claim to be, wolves in sheep's clothing, doesn't just have to be in religions. They're in our military as well. And I know there's going to be a cleansing of that too. Bruce, good to see you. Don, let me see. Don is here too. Don is on YouTube. Beverly, I had problems. We were having a thunderstorm. Just want to let you know we were having a thunderstorm coming through before, and I couldn't get on YouTube. I know it's running a little slow. I see it. It's not in real time. I see it's a little slow, but you're able to still be on. Sue and Chuck, I love you. Beverly, Nancy, good to see you. Bruce, how to use your phone. Yeah, we're having a lot of electrical problems. Seems to be going away. Pulled off the storm. So just know the storms that are actually out there. A lot of them are being made by the Masonics. A lot of them are by the Jesuits. A lot of them are by the Knights Templars. A lot of them, well, all of them are part of the Illuminati. Okay, got to understand who these people are. All right, so with that being said, at least I got this being recorded right now. Today's topic that we're on tonight, the day that the Almighty gave me this morning, is protected. You're all protected and prepared. Got to be protected and prepared. So we did 3 strikes to nuclear sites in Iran. 3. We went in. See, that's the difference between a good leader and somebody that wants it now. Again, I don't, you know how I am, I'm independent. But I got to tell you something. What did Obama used to do? Oh, we're going to be going to strike in 2 weeks or in 4. He let everybody know when they were coming. I got to tell you something. The minute you hear that, oh, yeah, I'm going to give Iran, I'm running very slow on YouTube still. It's coming in and out. I see it. And Trump is like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give them 2 more weeks. And the very next day, bam, we were already there, knocked it out, and our people were already home. You know, that's how, if you're going to go to war, make sure you go to war and actually know how to fight. Don't let anybody know your strategy. The sleeper cells, they're everywhere. You need to be awake. You need to be alert in the stores, because you have to understand right now that these people, did you see the shooting that happened in Michigan in one of the churches? Who heard of the church shooting in Michigan? That somebody opened fire, right? In a church. And then there's something else that happened in overseas. There was another place that actually had a place of worship that somebody opened up shooting. I think 35 people died, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that. Could have been less or more. I'm thinking 35. So while they're being bombed, Iran, they also got hit with a 5.1 earthquake. Okay, in Iran, 5.1 earthquake, getting hit, bombed, taken out. Okay, tornadoes in North Dakota, tornadoes. Who knows that there was a tornado in New York? Did you know that there was a tornado in New York that had 105-mile-an-hour winds through central New York in Oneida County? Oneida or Oneida County. 3 lives were taken. Father, bless their souls. Okay. I want to talk about Putin. Okay. Putin is really upset that, Trump got involved in something that he's saying that, that he's saying the Ayatollah Khomeini didn't provoke the United States at all to be a part of this, that we should have not been doing anything. What's your feelings on that? Do you think that our commander-in-chief is doing what he's supposed to be? I mean, just opinions right now. Christine, I see your hands up. What do you think?
I believe that he is stern to his word, and he's very cautious of when he takes action. I also want to let you know that all the borders in the state of Texas are closed. You cannot go in and you cannot come back in. We are all in high alert here in Texas. Emily's whole family, they're ex-military. They're loaded up in ammo. The base where they live is a high intelligence base for intellectual training. That town is high alert. And even Emily said that we might move back to our hometown because they don't put up with no uprising of terrorism. It's all redneck rebels.
I gotta tell you something. The rednecks, they're coming right out. They're the best ones to protect this country.
Yeah, and also too, I've already began my stocking up, because you know how the word speaks of Magog and Gog, and this was going to come to pass, and so I'm already prepared. Make sure you have your medicine, people, because some Walmarts are only taking cash for your groceries. They're not taking debit cards. The banks may be closed down if it hits into America. So if you got to pay rent or you got to get something, you might have to have cash because your ATMs may not be working.
I got to tell you something. When you're taking out cash, I've already mentioned this to you guys before. If you got cash and you're putting cash on the side for yourself, please make sure they're not high bills, because not everybody's going to be able to handle a $100 bill. Make sure you have singles. You know, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. As a matter of fact, don't carry any hundreds. Why do I say don't, unless they're old $100 bills, do not carry new $100 bills. Why? Does anybody know why we don't carry new $100 bills?
Counterfeit.
No. Well, then you could counterfeit any bill. You know why? Because on the new $100 bills, where that little Liberty Bell is on it, on the bottom, that little gold sticker, do you know there's an RFID chip right underneath there, and they track every single one of those notes? So if you take your money and you put it in your pocketbook or you put it in your to-go bag, they're going to know exactly where you were. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm getting rid of my phones. I don't need that. I don't want them following me. I don't want me to I'll leave my phone. I'm leaving all devices. But if you got that $100 bill on you, they'll know exactly where you are, even if you have 100. Do you know I do not carry not even one $100 bill? Not one. I do not want it. I don't want it. 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s. You need to make sure you stock up, because if you got to go to the store and you only want $20 or $10 or $12 of gas, you can't be paying that with $100. Oh, ma'am, I can't give you change, right? And then you still need gas. So what are you going to do? Oh, well, then you guess you got to keep the change, right? Or whatever, right? You don't want that. Make sure you get rid of your hundreds, because that's the way they're going to track you. Let me see. Bryce, what do you got? What's your thoughts? My YouTube is freezing. YouTube's freezing. Sorry. Go ahead, Bruce. Bryce. I thought I saw Bryce's hand. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I thought. Who else? Joe.
I forgot that. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I was talking with my microphone off.
All right.
I don't know if you covered it already, but just came on the news that there's an unconditional ceasefire in 6 hours between Israel and Iran.
No, I didn't hear that. I was in the middle of. No, I did not. So there's a ceasefire for 6 hours?
No, it's happening in 6 hours, giving each side to wind down their last mission. So the firing stops in 6 hours unconditionally. Both parties agreed.
Wonderful.
So I guess the strike worked intelligence-wise. I don't know. I don't necessarily trust Tulsi Gabbard initially, because she's the WEF, World Economic Forum Young Global Leader, and she's the head of our national intelligence. But she said that there was nothing since 2003, so I find that suspect. But then, then all of a sudden, Netanyahu says, he's interviewing, said there was an imminent threat, talked about days, said he had to go bomb. And then he did, which brings us into the fold. And then he gets on a Brett Baer interview and says that, they were like 13 months away. So a lot of miscommunication out there, a lot of confusion. So I don't know what's true or not, but if everybody stops firing, I guess the strikes work, took out their nukes, I guess.
It'll take out their nukes. Great. That's fantastic. Glory be to Yah. If that is what it is and it comes to pass, that's awesome. But at the same time, do you think these people are going to be upset? If we can coming to their place and bombing their place, don't you think there's going to be retaliation? These people, you got to understand, that guy doesn't. There's always, even Trump, if anybody does anything to our country, you think he's going to sit back and let that happen, or do you think there's going to be retaliation? He's going to do retaliation.
He's going to, but it's going to be through the proxies. So it's not going to be. It's going to look like Iran's. The ceasefire is all great, but they're going to have how they fund the Houthis and Hamas and all these other ones. They're going to have their proxy cells that are already here fire off. We're going to get attacked here.
Oh, we're definitely going to get attacked.
Yeah, we got 20 million people that came here. They're going to pop off, and it's probably going to happen pretty soon.
It's going to. Yeah, they're already lit. They're already. This is it. This is it. So. They know that they can't bring their missiles here because they'll never make it here. Iran does not have the technology to come here. But their people are already here. They've been here since 2008. So we just got to be vigilant. I want to ask you something. Does each one of you, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I want to talk about Susan and Chuck real quick. The church that I talked about in Michigan is actually 15 minutes from their home. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. You're going to see a lot of things that have to do with going against religion and governments right now. There's just going to be chaos after chaos. And what's going to be happening is all these naval bases, all these army bases. MacDill Air Force is 30 miles, I think about 30 miles from where I am. So if they do any nuclear things against MacDill Air Force in Florida right here, if there's any kind of nuclear fallout, you got to be 100 miles away. I'm only 30. In a blink of an eye. That's how fast. So we're just going to know that we're going to, and if we stock, and it's just that we have it in our cupboards anyway, it's just going to be just extra stuff for us to have anyway, in case the grids go out, and it is going to go out because the heat index is so overwhelming right now that everybody's using their air conditioning. Everybody's using, whoever has a pool is using their pool pumps. Everybody's using, as you know how much strain that is on the electrical. Christina, go ahead, darling. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Michelle, if your home was built in the 50s, your home was more likely to have lead paint. Lead paint diverts radiation. Now, they made it think that, oh, lead paint is dangerous. No, lead paint diverts radiation from coming into your home. Now, this was told to me by a gentleman who used to work for the Air Force and was in Area 51.
Interesting info.
So, my place that I'm living in has lead paint because it was built in the 50s.
So I want to ask you something. Well, can it work two ways? It'll be great against, any kind of nuclear, any kind of radiation that's either through the towers or through whatever. But I want to ask you something. Breathing in that paint. You want to know something? It's one hand. It's one hand. It does. No matter how we got to cut and slice it and dice it, we're covered by the Almighty. That's it. No matter what. Donna, you look beautiful today. Look at her. I got to tell you something. You're looking dynamite, girl. Every time I look at her, she's just looking so radiant. What's doing with you, Mama?
Thank you so much.
You look beautiful. What did you do today? Where'd you go? You look like you got dressed up for something.
No. I just put on, this is like a coral top.
Beautiful.
And yeah, everything has been cool. We went out and did a little shopping. My word was prepare. So I went to prepare and get some canned goods and extra batteries and things that we need. And I also bought this contraption. It's sort of like a kale box, they call it. You put water and ice in it, and it's supposed to take the place of like an air conditioner and cool off a room or so.
I'm going to show you.
Dogs, your young children, even for us, So I didn't check it out yet, but it was in Ollie's, actually.
Can I tell you one thing?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that word.
No, go to Ollie's. So I went to Ollie's.
I got to tell you something. I haven't heard that word in a long time. Contraption. A contraption. I haven't heard that word. That contraption. Oh my God.
It was only $15. I said, why not?
And what is it? Because I actually have something for us that we could make at our home, that you could make your own air conditioning, that you hook up to a fan with a cooler. And I actually have a few things that we're going to watch to do it yourself, a DIY, do it yourself thing. So, does anybody, thank you for sharing that. Do you have it with you that you can hold it up? Is it too big to show us what you bought? Because I know we have Ollie's over here in Florida. I don't know who else has Ollie's, but let me see.
It's in the other room. I'll go.
If it's not too heavy.
No, it's not heavy. It's a small.
Oh, I don't know. I want to make sure you don't hurt yourself. Glory be to Yah. All right. Joe, what do you think about what's going on with the sleeper cells? Well, I want to hear a few opinions. What's going on? What do you think?
Sleeper cells been around for a long time, 40 years, 50 years. I meet with a bunch of veterans, and some of them were in Intel, and we're talking about exactly what we're talking about today. And we think that Russia is being leadership is from somewhere else because the way Putin is directing his people, and we also think China is doing the same thing. There are a few people in the China regime are missing because of the way China is being run. And so I don't know who are those people are because those guys I know who they are, and they haven't been seen.
Really?
The sleeper cells are, they're bred from Russia, and what happens is they go to these schools to learn English correctly and live a life of like me and you are natural born here, and so they learn the draw, and if you go to the northern part of the country, they learn that type of language, and they go to the south. Like Christina, they be talking like Christina. You would never know what they did, and their authority to do something is to do their one thing they're supposed to do, just like the 9/11 tragedy we had. And so that's what their sleeper cells are doing. They have one job to do, and even though they look like American, they speak American like they were natural born. But they have a position what they need to do. So we don't. I mean, the intelligence here don't know as far as sleeper cells where they're at. With their, no one knows. I mean, that's why they're sleeper cells. And so
I have a feeling Obama knows.
They have their target. They have their targets, and so.
I have news for you, Joe. I have news for you. Bush knows. Obama knows. I believe they do know exactly where these people are. Just like with the ICE.
And what's happening is, and you're right about the financial districts. I mean, if you go way back to 1913, when the national banks, anyone who knows about the financial institutes when they were, they're finally formed, Rockefeller was the big guy. He was the big guy as far as running the show in America, as far as finances are, and he developed his own institutions like the Federal Reserve and those type of government, buildings and stuff like that. And with J. Edgar Hoover, I mean, those are the people that kind of got this this thing going, as far as the financial institutions going, and the way it started it's so ironic. And if you go to 1913 with Rockefeller, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they're in the island they went to form this the institutions of America, we call it Federal Reserve.
Right.
And so we, it's I like to get into you with that, but I'm not.
That's all right. You want to know something?
Financial institutions and stuff like that. But those are the guys like, and one of the people is really you wouldn't believe is Bill Gates' great grandfather. He was part of that group.
Well, so Soros, look at Soros. Soros was, Soros was actually a Jew, right? And then what happened? The Germans took out his family, and because he was young, one of the Germans actually took him on himself as one of his own. And then look what happened with him. He grew up to be one of the biggest villain monsters of one of them for our time here now in the United States.
And that's what happens in Berlin. I mean, the Americans use a lot of the German soldiers, high intel soldiers, use them to find intel as far as what's going on when Russia took over the what do you call it, Berlin Wall.
Right.
So there's there's a lot of fascinating stuff when I go on Saturday. That's why I'm not there on you with Saturdays, because I'm with these gentlemen, other veterans I meet
You guys
with.
should all be, you know what, you veterans must be just like, can't even believe what's happening right now. And
Well,
just,
it's so
it's
amazing.
just you must be like just at your point right now saying, where is our people need to be protecting us and not going somewhere else. We need to be here.
It's amazing. It's so amazing.
Joe, I want to thank you because I just got others that I want to talk to. Thank you so much. We'll talk about that more another time, but thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you. We love you. Donna, you want to show us that real quick because I want to go through some other things. Oh, you put water. Oh, there you go. You put some water in there. You add some ice cubes, and it comes out cold. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's
The
it.
heat-
What's
the heat
all?
comes in one way and then the cold comes out the other.
Very nice. That's good.
It says it has a night light, 4 speeds, multi-directional air vent, dust cooling jets, evaporate cooling cartridge, runs up to 10 hours.
Excellent. Now I want to ask you something. Does that have like a UV plug that you could plug into a solar panel, or do you need just to have that running on batteries?
It's got
That's okay.
A wall adapter.
Oh, well, okay. So if you have one of those, if you have any kind of generator, you'll have something to use.
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you other ways. I'm going to show you actually how you can make your own air conditioning unit. Wait until you see the things that I have stored up for you. All right, you guys, we're going to get into a few things here. Victor, good to see you, darling. Look at you. Love you on YouTube. All right, we got a movie we're going to be watching a little bit, part 1 and 2. We're going to be watching part 1 later on. The name of the movie is Blackout. Okay, if you notice the movies that always come out, it's always EMPs, Armageddon, The Last Days, what's going to happen. You know what? Because they're letting you know that it's going to happen. It's not a coincidence. So we're going to be watching a movie, part 1, named Blackout later. It's on YouTube in case you want to watch it, but we're going to be watching it on YouTube. Watching it here on Zoom. I want to get into a few scriptures first, because the Almighty, the very first thing that he gave me today was protected. That's the word I got today. Katora, how are you? Gorgeous. Nia, how are you?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you, darling, beautiful?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Aww, good to see you. I want everybody, please, we're going to open up a few scriptures. We're going to do a few scriptures on protected and a few scriptures on prepared. So in case the grids go down, you know what? You're always going to go to the scriptures. You're always going to go to the Almighty. And he always told you, you know what? I got you protected. And you know what? I already have you prepared. So let's go into Psalms. Psalm 91:15. You should also, the minute you hear Psalm 91, you already know that's a major psalm of protection. Okay? Psalm. Claim it over your home. Claim it over your life. Claim it over your children. Psalm 91:15. We're going to do a few scriptures and keep them in your Bible or put them in a journal or something. Okay? The Almighty gave me protected. We are protected with the sleeper cells. We're protected. If Russia decides to bomb us, we're protected. It don't matter. Don't let the world scare you, but you need to know what's going on. You need to know. You can't keep our heads in the sand. Got to keep your heads up because our redemption draws nigh, right? So we're going to go to Psalms. We're going to just do a few. Make sure they're close by in case the power goes out and you have people starting to panic. In case you start panicking, you know where to go. Okay? Psalm 91. And we're going to go to 15. Okay? Psalm 91. The whole thing says the Almighty is what? That we hide, that we're underneath his wings, that he provides the shelter. He's a fortress around us. But specifically, 91:15 says what? He shall call upon me and I will answer. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. Psalm 91:15, protected. That's called protection, right? We have angels. If you go up to, 91:10. There shall no evil. Isn't bombs, isn't torture, Isn't all these things that everybody's doing against each other, isn't that all evil? There shall no evil, none, zero, no evil, no matter what it is. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. What's your dwelling? Your physical dwelling is your house, and where the Almighty dwells is within us, the third temple built without hands, right? Shall not come near your dwelling. 11. For he, the Almighty himself, Yahweh, shall give his angels, plural, angels, not one, you got angels, plural, high holy hosts, charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways, to keep you focusing on the Almighty, to keep you in the scriptures, to keep you understanding no matter what's going on, that we are protected, right? Let's keep going. Let's go to Psalm. We're going to go backwards a little bit. We're going to go to Psalm 41:6. 41:6. Please write these down, okay, in case the grids go down and you know what, you're sitting by candlelight or you're sitting around, you're out a bonfire or whatever, and you're with your family members and they're getting scared and nervous. Open up the scriptures. The scriptures, the Almighty will calm you with his words. 41:6 reads what? 41:6. We love you so much. With that, we're protected. 41:6. Oh, let's do 5. Our enemies, my enemies speak evil of me. When shall he die and his name perish? My enemies. Anything that, what does he say? No weapon shall form against us shall prosper. Anything that's evil, well, anybody who's an enemy is evil, right? My enemies shall speak evil of me. When shall he die and his name perish? And if he comes to see me, he speaks vanity. His heart gathers iniquity to itself. When he goes abroad, he tells it. All that hate me whisper together against me. Against me do they devise my hurt. This is all against the United States. This is all against humanity. Evil will go against anybody in anybody's home, right? An evil disease. Oh, wait a minute. I gather against and goes abroad to tell it. 7. All that hate me whisper together against me. Against me did they devise my hurt. 8. An evil disease. Evil is a disease. Evil itself is a plague. Charmaine, good to see you, beautiful. Right? An evil disease, say they, cleaveth fast unto him. And know that he lies. He that lieth, he shall rise up no more. Yea, my own familiar friend in whom I trusted, whom did eat of my bread, has lifted up his heel against me. This is where the Almighty says in the end days also in the New Testament, sons are going to go against their dads, mothers are going to go against their daughters, children to go against their parents, neighbors. We're in that time right now. We already see it, right? They're going to go against me. But thou, 10, write this down. But thou, but you, thou is singular, but you, but thou, O Elohim, Almighty, be merciful unto me and raise me up that I may requite them. By this I know that thou favors me, right? We want the Almighty's favor always. We're favored. You got to understand that. You are favored. You're highly chosen. By this I know. I don't guess. I know that thou favors me, because my enemies do not triumph over me. I want you all to say, my enemies do not triumph over me. Say it. You got to claim it. You got to claim scriptures over your life. The Almighty said to Satan himself, as it is written. Yes, Gloria.
Where are we? My nurse came in, so.
Oh, it's okay,
I
darling.
ate in there.
It's all right. No worries. Psalm 41. I just started in 5, and I'm reading from Psalm 41. Psalm 41, verses 5, and I'm going to read to 12. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
It's all, no, be sorry. So we're going from 5 to 12. Okay. But oh, But thou, Almighty, be merciful unto me and raise me up, lift me up, that I may requite them, that I may overcome them. By this I know, I'm not going to guess. By this I know that thou favors me, because my enemy does not triumph over me. That's every demon, every disease, every plague. That's every kind of deception. That is everything that is negative. And as for me, thou holds me in my integrity. As for me, thou, the Almighty, upholds me in my integrity and my righteousness, and sets me before thy face forever. Forever. How long is it we're in each other? How long are we going to be in the Almighty's face? Right? That we're in righteousness, as long as we're in righteousness forever. Favored be the Almighty Yah of Yasharel, from everlasting to everlasting. So be it true. Right? He says, in our enemies. Let's go back. I want us to go to 37. Let's start in 37. Let's just read in 1. 37, and we'll read from 1 to 5. You should be writing down. I'm only going to give you a few. There's so many of them. Okay? There's so many. When the lights go out and your children get nervous, have them open up their Bibles. Have them read the scriptures. Let them get involved. It's time to teach your children and grandchildren, your nephews, nieces. Now's the time. 37:1. Fret not. 37:1. Fret not. Fret not thyself because of evildoers. What are evildoers? Sleeper cells, people that are pressing nuclear bombs, right? People that are trying to cause plagues and then try to give you the solution with jabs, right? Fret not thyself because of evildoers. Don't even worry about them. The Almighty says, I don't even want you worrying about them. Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Don't be envious of workers of iniquity, of lawlessness. Don't be jealous that they may have mansions, or they may have, I don't know, whatever they may have, who knows? For whatever reason. Maybe they have underground bunkers that we can't afford to buy, and they think they're going to hide away. And the Almighty says what? Even in caves, no matter where they go in caves, they're gonna petition that the rocks fall on top of them. Trust me, all these millionaires, billionaires that are building ways out, trying to leave Earth and try to find some other way and wherever. Elon Musk thinks should go into Mars to try to get away from here. Can't run and hide, right? Where am I? 37:1 reads what? Fret not thyself because evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon, watch what's happening, for they shall soon be cut down like grass and wither as the green herb. 3, trust. Don't just believe. You got to trust. No, 100%. Trust in the Almighty and do good, so shall thou dwell in the lands. And verily, surely thou shalt be fed spiritually and physically. 4, delight thyself also in the Almighty, and he shall give thee the desires of what? Your heart. Making sure your home is steadfast. Make sure your children are going to have water and food during droughts and famines that we are going to be in, right? When the power goes out, you're not going to have to worry about nothing because our homes are protected. Commit thy way. 5, it's important. We have a choice that we have to make. Commit thy way to the Almighty. Commit thy way to the Almighty. Trust. Don't just believe. You got to trust to know. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and the judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Almighty. Rest and wait patiently for him. Again, fret. Don't worry yourself. Fretting, it means worrying. Fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked devices to pass. Don't worry about the guy that's making so much, like Bill Gates. Let's talk about him again. The one who has no knowledge of anything about being a doctor. He didn't go to school to be, he didn't go to become a doctor. He has no doctorate degree on medication, but yet he's the one that everybody's listening to take the jabs. Right? He's the one that's going to Africa and vaccinating the women so they don't become pregnant. He's the one that's he's the one that's so evil, such an evil guy that people trust in him. And he's billionaire, close to trillionaire. And not only that, not only does he get his hands involved in that, he's also all over the internet, right? Microsoft, everything about Microsoft is all him. All these windows that are on the computer are portals. You know that, right? Every window that you click open on the YouTube, on the computer, they're all portals. Every single one of these black screen things, our phones, they're all portals. What he did was make different portals. Our TV, everything is a portal. William, Will, Bill, Will, I am. Right? Doesn't Lucifer want to be like the I am? Right? Isn't it ironic? Bill Gates, I am the gate. That's going to lead many to destruction. It's not ironic that guy is where he is right now. Right? So what does it say? Cease from anger. I don't want you with anger. My children don't have anger. Right? It's one thing to anger righteously. It's another thing to start bashing walls and cursing people and yelling at. That's something else. Right? That's a totally different anger that stems from just evilness. You know how I know? Because you know what? We all had that at some point. Anytime that if you're still cursing every single day and you have anger constantly, there's something wrong. I know we get tempted from things with time to time, but you know what? We repent from that. But if you're constantly living in anger, if you're constantly living with fear, if you're constantly living with doubt, you gotta get those demons off you. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Almighty, they shall inherit where? What are we going to inherit? It says right here. Those that wait, those that prevail, those that keep his commandments, those that keep his eyes on him, what? They shall inherit the earth, the entire earth. It says right there. We're going to inherit what? The entire earth. We're going to talk about the new heaven. Well, the new heaven and the new earth, not a new kingdom. We're going to have a new heaven and a new earth. Who's going to inherit it? We are. Those that keep our eyes on the Almighty. And don't be so happy to see what's going on with the wicked and how they're prospering with Bitcoins and Dodge coins and what they're doing, because all of that is they don't realize, unless they've cashed out already with the Bitcoins, unless they cashed out with Ethereum and Dodge and Dogecoin and all these other ones, unless they bought land that's in their name, right? And as long as those deeds are actually in lowercase letters and not in capital, and that they actually did things a different way than they actually own the land. The digital currency is all going to be wiped out. Their digital wallet is going to be wiped out. All the banks are going to be wiped out. Our currency, our dollar is going to be wiped out. Everybody's monetary system is going to be wiped out. So while they're driving Ferraris, granted they made decisions, great. The Almighty says, you're going to have your kingdoms here on earth now, but you know what? Everything's going to disintegrate. I'm going to take it all away. And you know what we're going to have? We're going to have the true king. We're going to have the true treasure. Never fear. Let's go to Isaiah 41:10. I'm just showing you a few. Let's just go to Isaiah 41:10. Okay, we got to stay protected. Got to know that you're protected, and you got to be prepared. We are in end times right now. We are in tribulations right now. Anybody? Oh, tribulation's 100 years away. Then they have no clue what the Bible says. They have no idea who they are, and they're still living in La La Land. Isaiah 41. We're never supposed to fear 365 times. He tells us not to fear. I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. You are my people, I got you. As long as you know I got you, you don't have to worry about nothing. I'll guide you. I got you, and I'll guide you. Isaiah 41:10. Hi, Charmaine. Isaiah 41:10 reads what? Fear thou not. Thou is singular. Hi, Jessica. Beautiful. Love you. Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. I'm with you. Fear not. I am with you. Every breath you're taking is him. Right? Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Yah. I will strengthen thee. I will give you strength. Yea, I will help thee, and I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. How much does he have to say it? Fear not. I got you. I am with you. Even if they decide to bomb, even if the nuclear's, no matter how they plan on doing, if the sleeper cells wake up and there's guns shooting in the street, you're going to hear gnashing of teeth. You're going to hear crying. The 3 days of darkness is going to be happening. There might be more than 3 days of darkness. If the grids go out, I have news for you. You could have 7 days, a month, 3 months, 9 months before you don't know how long the lights will come back on, if they come back on. Right? Fear thou not that I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Yah. I will strengthen thee. I will give you strength spiritually and physically. I'm going to give it to you. I have you. Don't be upset. Don't be confused. Don't let the world get you so distraught. I will strengthen thee. I will help thee. The only one that you need help from is from me. I will guide you. I will strengthen you. I will give you what you need. If you don't have it, I'll make sure you have it. Okay, I will I will help thee. Yea, I will hold thee. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Let's go into Deuteronomy 31. Let's go to Deuteronomy. I'm just going to do just a few Old Testament. Then I'll give you a few New Testament. And then we'll go into prepared. He wants us prepared, right? Deuteronomy 31:6. Deuteronomy, the 5th book of the Torah. Deuteronomy 31:6. Please write these scriptures down, because if we're not here and our Bibles remain here and our family members go through them because they're going to be so scared, anybody that might still be here that have not been called up yet, they might still have a chance by what we leave behind. Right? Isn't that important for us to do? Let them know where to look. They're not going to know where to look. Right? Did we know where to look? No, nobody showed us. They kept us away from the scriptures. Right? Deuteronomy 31:6. Leave them for your children. Start showing them now. Have them start reading scriptures. Say, we're not going to have ice cream until each one of you open up a page and just read a scripture and then talk about it for 5 minutes. Nobody gets a dessert until we get scripture. Scripture and sweets. How about you make it sweets and scriptures? Make it fun. Scriptures and sweets. Right? Deuteronomy 31:6. Okay? Let's go into 5. And the Almighty shall give them up before your face. The Almighty shall give them up before your face. You're going to watch all evil perish right before us, right? And the Almighty shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according to all the commandments that I have commanded you. All the commandments. 6, and it goes right into be strong. He didn't say be weak. He didn't say be fearful. He said, be strong and of good courage. Have courage, not fear. Courage, courageous, right? Don't they make so many superheroes, right? The Batmans, the Supermans, the Incredible Hulk, whatever they are, right? Be courageous. These guys, you know who our hero is? The Almighty himself. He's the one that has all the superpowers that he's given us. You have them. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. Afraid of who? Be afraid of them. Them who? Who? Be afraid of who? We're not supposed to fear anybody or anything. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Almighty thy Yah, he it is that does go where? With thee, goes with us. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee. He will not fail us. He's not a failure. The Almighty doesn't fail. We don't fail because of him. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Oh, you know what? I love you 1 minute and then I'm going to go against you the other. That's just humanity. That's people. 1 minute they love you, the next minute they don't love you. 1 minute everything is great, the next minute it's not so great. Just like the 1 minute in Florida, it's sunny out, the next minute it's thundering and lightning. Everything is weathered. But you know who's consistent? The Almighty himself. He's the only one that's consistent. We're still not perfect. The only time we raise up incorruptible is when we hear that shout. When he lifts us up, then he raises us up incorruptible. There's none righteous, no, not one. Anybody who thinks that there are, there's something wrong. Always be brought down to being humble. Always being brought down to understanding that he got us no matter what. He understands that, you know what, if the earth was to start shaking right now, right, what are we going to do? Father, I know that you got me. I know that you got my home and I know that you got my family. Right? Let's go into New Testament. Let's go to 2 Timothy. We're still on protected. And then I'm going to do a few we're prepared. 2 Timothy 4:18. 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy 4:18. And let's all hydrate. Speak into your water, right? Because water imprints. Thank you, water, for healing me. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for healing me and restoring anything that needs to be restored. Father, I thank you for our cup that runs over in all things. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name, so be it true. Hydrate. All right, 2 Timothy 4:18. Gloria, I see your hands up, darling. What's up, sweet pea? You okay, Gloria?
I answered you already. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I answered you already.
All right, my love. I just saw the hand. Okay, just want to make sure. 2 Timothy 4:18. Now we're going to start in 17. Ready? 2 Timothy 4:17 reads what? Notwithstanding, the Almighty stood with me. Didn't we just read that? That he walks with us, stands with us, and holds us by our right hand, right? Never leaves us or forsakes us. Notwithstanding, the Almighty stood with me. And what did he do? And strengthened me, made me strong, kept me from fear, had me lift something that was heavy that I had to get out to. How many of you seen that? That incredible strength when a mother has to save a child that's in a burning car. All of a sudden, she's picking up the whole car. That is supernatural strength. We don't have that on our own. Notwithstanding, the Almighty stood with me and strengthened me, mentally and physically, emotionally. that by me, the preaching, the teaching might be fully known, and that all the Gentiles might hear. All the Gentiles, heathens, might hear. And I was delivered out of the mouth of the lion. Glory be to Yah. And 18. And the Almighty shall deliver me from what? What is he going to deliver us from? From every evil work, and will preserve me. And going to say, preserve me onto his heavenly kingdom. He's going to preserve us. Preserve us onto his heavenly kingdom, to whom be glory forever and ever. So be it true. Glory be to Yah. Right? That's 2 Timothy 4:18. Let's go to Romans. We're going to go to Romans 8:31. And then we're going to just do a few on prepared. Okay? We're going to go to Romans 8:31. I got so many more scriptures, but you know what? I only wrote a few down. There's so many more. But start searching. Start seeking for more. See how many you can find. I'm just doing a few. Romans 8, the book after Acts. Romans 8:31. Leave these for your children. Leave them for your parents. Whoever has not been baptized in the name of the Almighty, leave them the scriptures. Let them know what they have to see when we're not here. Glory be to Yah. All right. Mona, good to see you, beautiful. Ah, gorgeous. Where are you? I want to see your outfit today. I want to see your beautiful outfit. All right.
I've been thinking about her for 2 days.
Oh, she's on YouTube. She's on YouTube right now.
Well,
Gorgeous.
okay.
Gorgeous, Mama. Let me see. We are in Romans 8:31. We're going to be talking about end time supplies. We got a movie about the blackouts that are going to be rolling through and how to go through that too. Show you some survival techniques. So you're going to want to stick around. Got some things. Yep, Susan, all Freemasons. That's right. All the Freemasons are part of all the problem. Right? Notice how they say free Mason. They're not free. They're bound by Lucifer. They're not free. Notice how that it's ironic that they're known as Freemasons and they're not free at all. Right? Love you, Mona. Love you, that beautiful smile. Romans 8:31 reads what? 8:31 reads what? We're talking about the word I got today for all of us. Protected and prepared. Okay? We're protected. Romans 8:31 reads what? Let's start over. We're going to go to 30. Oh, no, we're going to start. Let's just start 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate. What does that predestinate mean? Before he created anything, he knew every single one of us. Predestined. Okay, you got destiny, but the Almighty had us predestined for even from past to where we are now. Okay? 829 reads what? 820, where was it? Glory be to Yah. All right, 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Glory be to Yah. 30, the Almighty himself. 30, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. Them, us, he also called. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, the Almighty Yahusha himself, coming in the flesh, them, us, he also called us, and whom he called, them he also justified. We're justified and called. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. We're glorified. 31. What shall we say? What shall we then say to these things? Here it is. Here it is. In end days, while the world is coming apart, if Yah be for us, who? If Yah be for us, who can be against us? If he is for us, can there anybody or anything be against us? As much as they try, it all goes back to them. Vengeance is the Almighty. What does the Almighty say? Anything wicked that tries to come to you, you know what? Vengeance is his, and it goes back to where it comes from. What we reap is what we sow in all things. So the wicked are going to reap what they sow. Right? He says we're going to watch the wicked fall. The Masons, the governments, the religions, anybody that's against anybody else. He says you're going to watch them fall right in front of your eyes. You're going to watch it. Nothing shall come near us. We're going to go to, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. Glory be to Yah. We'll do 1 John 4:18. And this will just be under protected. And then I'm going to give us, I'll do 2 and prepared. And then we could just move on. Okay, 1 John 4:18. Mona. Hey, Mona. Hey, Mona. Do you know what her name means? Mona means? Faith. Hey, Mona. That beautiful face. 1 John 4:18. I want to ask you, while we're going to there, how many of you have Dollar Tree? Remember, it used to be the dollar store. Now it's the Dollar Tree. Is that like all over the nation? Do you guys on YouTube have Dollar Tree? If you all have Dollar Tree, can you all put a thumbs up? I just want to see how many of you have Dollar Tree in your area.
We have one in California.
Okay, you have them in California. Joan has them in Texas. Let me see. Donna has it. Florida. Let me see. Jessica has. Gloria has in Jersey. So, yeah, they're all over. Oh, wow. Cool. Lauren has them in Maryland. You guys on YouTube, you have Dollar Tree? Because I'm going to show you what you're going to be stocking up. Okay, in a moment. Okay, I just want to see who has Dollar Tree. 1 John 4:18 reads what? There is no fear in love. Okay, James, you have it. Okay, Beverly has it. Dollar Tree. Susan and Chuck, you have Dollar Tree in your area in Michigan? Beverly does. James does. Bruce has Dollar Tree in Canada. Wow. Cool. All right. 18. There is no fear in love. No fear. When you have love, there's no fear in love. But perfect love. Look at look, not just love. Perfect love. Big difference. It's not just saying love. It says perfect love casts out fear. Because fear has torment. He that fears is not made perfect in love. If you have fear, that means the Almighty, you're not trusting in him. When you have perfect, who's the only one that has perfect love? The Almighty. He is love. So if he is love and he's inside of his children, and he says, fear not 365 times, and he says, don't worry, I'm going to make you, I'll give you the strength. I'm walking with you. I got you by your right hand. I have holy hosts all around you. Should you ever fear or doubt? No, absolutely not. What does he say? There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. How are we going to cast out fear? In the mighty name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Because fear is a demon. That's a spirit. So how are we going to cast out the spirit? We're going to cast it out with love. Whose love? The only one that's perfect. The perfect love of the Almighty himself. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out. To cast something out, it has to be something that was in that has to be cast out. Cast out has to be sent away. Because fear has torment. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I can't go to sleep. I'm up at night. I'm worried. What's going to happen? This, that. He says, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you, and I'm going to make sure you're prepared. He that fears is not made perfect in love. We love him. Why do we love the Almighty? Why do we love him? Because he says it. Because he loved us first. Because if he didn't love us, he would have never came, and we would have never known who he is, and he would have never left his word as what? Directions to get back to him. We would have never had an instruction book for humanity. We would have never made a way. He would have never come and put our sins on him for us to get back in his kingdom, a righteous bride, a spotless bride. Glory be to God. All right, that's protected. I'm just going to give you a few under prepared. Today's words, protected and prepared. He's protecting you. He's going to make sure you're prepared for whatever's coming. Protected, prepared. Prepared, protected. Let's go to Matthew 24:44. Matthew 24 is all about end days, out of the mouth of the Almighty himself. Let's talk about preparation. 24:44. Those that endure to the end, keeping our eyes on him. Matthew 24:44. Joey M., I see you on YouTube. There's two Joey M's. I have one here on Zoom, and I have the other one. Victor, good to see you. Love you. Matthew 24:44. Okay. Ready. We got to be ready. He says, be ready. Keep your eyes. Be vigilant. Be sober-minded. 24:44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man comes. Okay. Be ready. Be sober-minded. Be vigilant. Keep your eyes on the Almighty. Let's go up. Let's go into 42. Watch. Watch and be ready, right? Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour the Almighty does come. He could come in 5 minutes from now. He could come in 30 seconds from now. Come in 30 days, right? Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Almighty does come. Our Almighty comes. But know this. Again, here's that word know. You got to know. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, and what time, and what watch, and at what watch time the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. What does that mean? When you know that somebody's coming, aren't you, like if you hear like stuff, ruckus is coming down the block, you know, and you hear it starting to come this way, you think that's the time to go to sleep? Or you're going to be vigilant, ready, and be prepared for anything that's at your door? Is that the time to go to sleep? No. When you already know what's coming, you're already expecting it. But the Almighty's saying, you know what? You're not going to know when I'm coming, because I want to make sure you're all on guard, keeping your eyes on me. Every waking moment, I want your eyes focusing on me and my righteousness. I want you focusing that I already have you, and not to worry if you're hearing things going outside your house. I want you to know your house has a firmament, a protection around it, that nothing is going to come against you. Okay? You got to understand that he's got you. What does he say? Therefore, be also ready. Be ready. Like the 5 virgins are ready. You're not sleeping, right? Therefore, be ready, spiritually ready. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man comes. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Almighty has made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Favored is that servant, whom his Almighty, when he comes, shall find so doing. Verily, 47, verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Isn't that what the Almighty says about us? Aren't we going to be having positions in his kingdom? Aren't we going to be ruling over? He says we're going to have positions to rule. We're going to be judging. He says the saints, we're the saints, mind you. Okay? The saints are actually going to be causing judgment for others. How do we know that? Wasn't Deborah a judge? We're going to have positions to rule over other people, to guide other people. That's why he has us now. We're in training right now. Everybody's in training right now. Having you all shepherdesses, shepherds, every one of you, I keep saying, are prophet, prophetess. Every single one of you is a priest, priestess. Every single one of you is set apart. Every single one of you are children of light. Every single one of you are children in the end days, that he said that we are going to be witnesses to who the Almighty is. That's your job. That's our job. We all have a job. Every single one of you. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 16:13. So I'll go to 1 Corinthians. You all got a job. If it's posting things on YouTube or on Zoom, or not Zoom, what's that other thing? On Facebook, putting positive things, getting your family members to the Almighty, that's your job. It's nice that we show pictures of our loved ones, like I put up my mom's picture today. You know, that's nice. But you know what's nicer? Leading people to the kingdom. My mom is not going to save everybody. She has no ability of doing that. But we all know one person that can, that we could all be together in the kingdom, right? So let's go. 1 Corinthians 16:13. 1 Corinthians 16:13. Always spread the word every single day, no matter how you have to do it. Putting little notes, send letters to people. 1 Corinthians 16:13. Send it in an email. Send it in a text message that you love them. Ready? Watch. What does it mean to watch? It means to look. Doesn't mean to sleep. Watch ye. Stand fast. Stand. Bold. Stand strong. Watch ye, children of Yasharel. Stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong. Stand fast in the face. We don't quit. Quitters are quitters. Quitters are people that give up. You know, the only thing that we quit is the pagan practices, the pagan religions. You know, we quit being people of the world. That's the thing that we quit, right? Quit ye like men. Quit being like men. Quit being like the people of the world. We're not like them. We're in the world. We're not of the world anymore, right? Quit you like men. Don't be like everyone else. You're set apart. We're not supposed to be. What does he say? Are we done? No. Be strong. And let all your things be done with love, not charity. The word is love. Love will include charity, right? All right. I asked you before. I'm going to give you two more in case you want to look it up later. Ezekiel 38:7. Ezekiel 38:7. And Proverbs 21:31 that you can look at your own. In case you're having problems sleeping and you want to, have something to do, look up the rest of the scriptures, right? Put yourself on some kind of go on a journey with the Almighty. Show me, Father. All you got to do is, Father, show me every single scripture that has to do with me being protected. And he'll show you. I just gave you a few. Show me every one that shows that I need to be prepared. And he will. I just gave you a few. Right? So we're going to be watching a movie. There's two parts to it. Part 1 and part 2 of a movie, Blackout. When the grids go out, we're going to be watching a movie about that. Before we do that, I asked you how many of you have Dollar Tree. Well, today I took a trip to Dollar Tree just to see what else we could stock that's only $1.25. Remember when the things used to be $1 at the Dollar Tree? $1. Oh, where you going? How much was it? It was $1. Well, not really. In Florida, it's $1.07 with tax. So it wasn't never $1. It was $1.07. Even that. So I want to show you just a few things that I picked up from the Dollar Tree today. As you're stockpiling, as you're getting food for when droughts and famines do come, because they are, because it's prophesied, right? We know it's going to happen, right? So what are some things that I picked up today at the dollar store? That's not $1. It's $1.25 plus tax now, so that's not even $1.25. So what did I find today? I found gluten-free spaghetti. So natural, not in box, but I found it in plastic. Okay, which of course you want to take out. Maybe get a whole big Mylar bags, take them out, seal them out, get them out of this, right? But look what I got at the Dollar Tree, gluten-free. So anybody who has any problems with gluten, do any of you have problems with gluten? Lauren. Okay, I know, say in case anybody does, I want to show you that they do at the Dollar Tree have gluten-free pasta. And what is this? Spaghetti. Spaghetti's pretty thin. It doesn't take that long actually to cook. What else was at the Dollar Tree for $1.20? Okay. Instead of using your water that you're going to be drinking and bathing with and wiping yourself down, well, what you're going to get for $1.25, chicken broth. Chicken broth. And then you could put the noodles, break them up, and cook them in the broth itself. You don't have to waste water making pasta. Cook them in, let me turn it this way. Cook them in the broth. Okay? Now, what else could you do with this broth? Okay? Well, look what I found. I told you, I'm not making rice using my water supply. I already told you this. I told you that 3.5 years ago. I'm never going to use my water supply for cooking. I'm not. I won't. Okay? But what did I find here? What did I find? What did I find? What did I find? This is brown rice with quinoa. Quinoa. And I know I'm not saying it right, but look how healthy this is. And all you have to do is maybe add maybe a tablespoon of water, maybe just a little, right? Or maybe just a little of this, right? And now you have this. Open a can of vegetables, which I got today. You know, the ones with the mixed vegetables, add a mixture of vegetables on top of the rice. Now you got vegetables, grain, and nutrients. What else did I find today? Well, how many of you like oatmeal? Do you guys like oatmeal? Well, don't forget, the oats are going to soak up the water. It's not like you're making water and then throwing out the water once you make the pasta. If you are going to use water for cooking, quick 1-minute oats. This was $1.25 for the whole bag. Okay, it's already sealed. $1.25 for quick oats. You want things that boil and get quick, right? So these oats are going to get the water into the oat, and while you're eating the oatmeal, you're also eating the water, hydrating yourself, so you're not wasting water. Do not waste water. I cannot stress that enough. 3 days you could go, your body, you want to talk about excruciating pain? Don't dehydrate. That'll do it. You want to talk about take me now? That would be it. You want to make sure you're keeping your water. What else? Bumblebee. As a matter of fact, I think I got this actually, I believe, at Walmart because I went with Don. I can't stand that store, but I got to tell you something. I went with Donnie, I don't know, last week sometime. And I picked up just a few of these. These were 99 cents. And what is it? Bumblebee. Oh, you know this logo? I didn't even know this logo. The logo, Be Well for Life. I like that logo. Be Well for Bumblebee. And this is sun-dried tomato and basil, wild-caught tuna. Here it is in a package. In case you got to go, guess what? You put it in your go bag. Bring a fork with you. You got something right here that you don't even have to cook. You don't have to heat it up. You don't have to defrost it. Put it on a cracker. Put it on a matzah. Right? Just showing you 99 cents. They have all different kind of varieties. Very easy. And now you don't even have to go to Walmart. You can place your order online and they'll deliver it to your house. Right? You don't even have to leave your house. And I believe it's free delivery, right? At a certain amount. Is it free delivery? Yeah, Jim's saying, yeah. It's free delivery at a certain amount. You know what else I got today? I don't know where it is. It must be in the kitchen. I must have brought it in already. When I got this, who remembers the cans full of Hunt's sauce, to the tomato sauce? Who remembers the cans, Hunt's? Well, guess what? I bought 6 packages of these, and I bought 6 cans of the Hunt's sauce. How easy is this going to make if I just put it in the sauce and just let it sit there and let it heat up? It's spaghetti. Spaghetti heats. You don't have to eat it in 20 minutes, right? Just let it start cooking in the sauce. You're not wasting your water, please. And you know what else? Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I might have it here. Wait, I might have it. No, I don't. You know what else I found today? In the dollar store. I never saw this there before, but I got a few of these. Let me show it to you. Distilled water. Who knows the difference between water and distilled water? Does anybody know the difference? Why you should have both? Christina, I know. I figured Christina would know. What's the difference between water and distilled water?
Distilled water is boiled extremely and kills all the elements in it. So it's also called dead water.
It's
And another thing is, Michelle, please, everybody, try to have paper plates or paper bowls or cups because you don't want to use your water to wash dishes.
Exactly. You don't. And you know what? You know what's great about this thing right here? You could just open the package and eat it right from the package, this tuna fish. You don't even have to waste a paper towel. Waste a paper plate. You could eat it right from here. Right from here. So I just wanted to show you just a few things that I picked up today that not expensive, even if you pick up 2 each, 3 each, whatever, but just have something. You can't wait until everything shuts down and people start panic buying because then it's too late. And you don't want this thing that's 99 cents today, $4 next week or a month from now. You want to get it when it's 99 cents. You don't want to wait when there's no more water because they shut off everything and the grids are down and there's no water's pumping. You don't want to pay $8 for a gallon of water, right? I know I don't. So, and any extra buckets that you have, anything that you have that's what do you call? Like the iced tea jugs, the Lipton iced tea or the Arizona iced teas. And I can't even begin to tell you. I have so many of those filled from the kiosks that I get gallons of water for 35 cents that go through 12 filters of reverse osmosis that we have here in Florida. They have in the parking lots. Do you guys have that in your areas too? In your parking lot kiosks that you could fill up water bottles? You have them? 35 cents a gallon. You got to see me. I don't care what. I come out with like 6, 7, 8, 10 gallons as I use them for coffee or boiling pasta or whatever when I'm making my macaroni. You got to see me going there. I don't care. You got to see me with my 35 cents putting them in this machine. I don't care what I look like. I don't care. Oh, I can never do that. Well, I'm going to have water and then some won't. Right? So just want to show you a few things. If you guys find any finds, this is if you find any finds, let us know. Does anybody else have any good ideas? Share them because now's the time that we could all learn from each other. Christina.
I have one. Those Huggies is very expensive.
Okay.
And I was putting my grandson his little mover's diaper on today, and the strap came off. Well, Huggies on the box has a number to call. And if you ever have that strap and it has a number, each diaper has that number stamped in the snap to it and also on the box. I called them, and that box of 80 diapers cost about like almost $40, a little over $40 with tax. They are going to send me some coupons for a free box and a discount coupon for another box of Huggies. So remember that for the people that have children or babies,
Listen,
always try to get a savings. If the strap on your diaper breaks, call them. You'll get a reimbursement card or coupon for your next purchase.
fantastic. You know, diapers aren't cheap. Well, I'm going to give you my age. When I was a baby, there were no diapers. They had the rags and the pins. Who remembers the little pins that were shaped like ducks? If any of you here that had diapers growing up, regular diapers like they have now, obviously you're still a youngin'. Oh my God, my brother was able to have diapers, not me. They were not so fortunate for me. Glory be to God. But let's just say you can't get diapers. What are you going to do? Let's say you can't get diapers. What are you going to use? What would be a good alternative? What would be something that you should maybe think, if you have children, that maybe you should cut up old towels or rag? What would you use? I don't know.
Cotton t-shirts.
Cotton t-shirts.
Use grandpa's t-shirts, use your brother's t-shirts, use a t-shirt.
Okay, you got to think of that. If you can't, that's a great thing to bring up, diapers. If you can't get diapers.
Dish towels. Use dish towels.
Dish towels. Use dish towels. Go get a whole bunch of, you know what? That's a great thing to start figuring out now. Because if the grids don't come out and you're out of diapers, you got to figure out, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? Make sure you have enough garbage bags. Because that's not a nice thing to start wasting water on and start cleaning that either. That's something that you want to discard, because I don't think you want to start using water to start washing, soiled grandpa's shirts. Right? Does anybody else have anything? That's a great thing. James, I love you on there, James Barney. Good to see you. I have 2 Jims. I love that. Anybody else have anything that you could add? Now's the time while we still have this that we could talk. It's important. Jessica, go ahead, beautiful. What do you have?
A police officer in my area mentioned that he was collecting 5-gallon buckets and he was making what is called tack.
What is that?
I think it's basically flour and water, and he says it lasts for years. It doesn't grow mold or anything. I haven't really done any of the research, but and he's making it and making tack. I believe it's TAK, and that's food to eat.
So it's just flour and water, and he's putting it in a 5-gallon bucket? That's it?
Container. Mm-hmm.
Is he using any yeast?
I don't believe so. I don't know all the specifics. That's
Let us know. If you find out anything, let 5 gallons is enough to feed a long time, whatever that is. Whatever that is. I mean, it sounds like is that kind of a bread? Maybe that's
It looks like some kind of a tortilla to me. He's a prepper as well, so he's done his research on this. He definitely knows.
Fabulous. TAK. TAK. I'm gonna maybe look that up. Maybe.
Yeah, Google might be able to help.
TAK. Good. Okay. I'm gonna definitely do that, because that's important. What else is important? Keeping as many how many of you keep those jars from the pasta? Like if you get Barilla or you get Those always keep those mason jars. Always keep those mason jars. Those things come in handy I love them. I absolutely love them. Donnie's so sick of me with that because I go over his house and I say, he goes, what do you want me to do with these jars? Every single one you got to keep? Yeah, I do. I got to keep every single one. Every single one. I drive him nuts with that, right? Beverly, let me see. We have counted to, have we counted the 7-day Shabbat? Jessica, have you did July? Did we do July yet for the Shabbat? Somebody's asking. Where's my calendar?
Yes, it was going to be Thursday.
Thursdays. Hold on, I didn't even go into next month yet because we're still in the 23rd. I know New Moon starts on the 25th, and we are doing Thursdays of all next month, right? It was the 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. As a matter of fact, have it already lined up. Cool beans. What else do I want to say? Oh, does anybody else have any other things that don't go bad or spoil? Because I'm going to show you some things here. Anybody else have any other suggestions that don't go bad? I know honey never goes bad. Honey never goes bad. Lauren, what do you got?
So I have two things. One thing for Jim. You can also make the paste out of baking soda for the itching for the poison ivy. Or you can use, what do you call it? Witch hazel or aloe vera.
Oh.
Okay, so for the soothing and the inflammation. And as far as the Dollar Tree goes, I've been stocking up on canned goods from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And they also have like canned chicken and canned salmon. And they also have the pouches of salmon with a bumblebee.
Yep.
So all those things will give you your protein. And then the cans, you know, you can get any kind of vegetables. Plus, I've been getting, you know, fruit too, like pineapple and what have you, to stock up on.
Excellent.
As well as Dollar Tree goes.
Excellent. Dollar Tree, I was surprised. They had a lot of things that were right there that'll last a long time. I was just like, yep, let me just grab a few things. While we're going through some things, I'm gonna try to see. You know what's strange about this book, though? They don't put things in the order, like if I want to find out about poison ivy. They just have, I can't just look up poison ivy. I don't know why, like everything is just like, there's no index to this, from what I'm seeing. I don't know. I'll look while we're watching the movie. All right, I'm gonna play some things here to get us into some survival mode. You guys are gonna be able to hear it on YouTube. We're gonna record it, so in case you miss it, you can always replay it back. But get a piece of paper and a pen. Okay, take some good notes. And does anybody have anything else you'd like to say before I start rolling on some things here? Jim.
There's if people are buying tuna and they want it to be wild caught, if the box or the label has Alaskan on it, it has to be wild caught.
Wild caught?
Yeah. If it says Alaska salmon.
Oh, Alaska salmon.
Alaska salmon, it will be wild caught. The rest of it may be farmed.
Yeah, those farm ones aren't good. I have news for you. Those farm ones that keep them, the ones that are dying in the tank. I've seen a whole episode on that. You should really look at those farm. They think, oh, it's better because it's farm. No, get the one from Alaska. You know, if you're eating salmon, if it's from a can or a pouch, make sure it says Alaska and what'd you say? Fresh. What is it?
It's wild caught.
Wild caught.
It's a law that if it says Alaska salmon, it's got to be wild caught.
Wild caught. Wild caught. Wild caught. Salmon. I haven't had salmon. Oh my gosh, that's very healthy for you. Salmon.
And
Salmon.
the other thing I know I don't have it at this point, but it's charcoal.
Charcoal. And that's an excellent thing. I have charcoal in the garage. Does anybody have charcoal? What do you now? In case you have, go ahead. You say.
It's charcoal not for creating fires. It's charcoal for filtering water.
I think we have, yep. Charcoal for filtering water and also for in case you're doing fire and cooking, but charcoal for sifting out. I think we did a video where we took pebbles, sand, charcoal. What else? There was sand, pebbles, charcoal, and there was, I think, a fourth layer. Sand. Yeah, and you do it in layers and the sediments, and then by the time it all comes out, it comes out clear. I think maybe even one of these things will show you how to do. I don't think I have water on here today. I'm not sure. Charcoal. So grab yourself some charcoal. Get some, I forget, King's Edge? Who makes the charcoal? King's Edge, right? The one that used to light?
Kingsford.
Kingsford. I know it was King something. Kingsford. I was still a bit, I don't know. Charcoal doesn't go bad, right?
No,
Okay.
doesn't go bad.
Because I think I have a bag of charcoal in my garage for like 5 years. I don't know. It's very, very hot in Florida. Okay, charcoal. Yep. Make sure you get your charcoal. All right. We are going to start. Everybody get a piece of paper and a pen because we're going to start watching some things on how to prepare for certain things. You may know it already. You may not. Let's start with a homemade air conditioner. You never know. All right. Let's start with this one. Let me get you on here. Let's learn how to make a homemade air conditioning, right? Especially that we're in the hundreds. Don't forget, we're going to see 100, 105, 110. I think New York City had 106. Texas has been in the hundreds, right? Let's see what we got here. Let's find out. Here. Homemade air conditioner. If you have the stuff at home, great. Maybe you can start preparing for this. It's only 1 minute and 36 seconds. Let's see how fast we can build an air conditioner. This is awesome. Oh, you guys can't see. Cutting a hose. Using a PVC pipe. Taping it with PVC pipe tape. You guys are not going to be able to see it. You guys got to come on Zoom. I'll send it in an email to everybody. I'll send it all in an email. It's only 1 minute and 30 seconds. Watchman. Originally from New York, Long Island, but I'm in Florida. Lashman, good to see you. Let's see how this. Look at this. Look at this setup. And don't forget, they're doing Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Hey, you want to make your own air conditioner? Right? So you learned how to do that. So I'll send you that. Let's make sure this stays off. That didn't look too hard to make, right? I don't know what this is coming on. That didn't look hard. It took a minute. Look how fast that guy did that, right? Very fast. If you have the stuff at home, if not, I just thought that was pretty fascinating that you can make your own little air conditioning. Let's do okay, power outage. Do you know the very first thing that you're going to be doing in case there's a power outage? Do you know what you're going to do? Well, you're going to find out now. Get a piece of paper and a pen. I don't think this is the guy I watched the other day either. I watched somebody else.
Here's the deal. A power outage isn't just an inconvenience. It's the spark that can ignite total chaos. When the lights go out, whether it's a storm, a cyber attack, or a grid failure, modern life grinds to a halt. Your fridge? Done. The internet? Gone. Heating or cooling? Forget it. Suddenly, survival isn't a theory, it's your reality. And that's when the panic sets in. But here's the truth, it doesn't have to. The people who handle blackouts like pros, they're not lucky. They're ready. They've thought it through, planned ahead, and know exactly what to do when the grid goes down. While others scramble, they act. So, what's the difference between chaos and control? 7 survival rules. Not a laundry list of 50 things, just 7. Because in a blackout, simplicity is survival. These rules cover the critical first moments when the power cuts out and guide you through the long haul if the outage stretches into days or even weeks. If you want to protect your home, keep your family safe, and stay ahead of the panic, stick around. The grid may be fragile, but your survival plan doesn't have to be. Let's dive in. Rule 1. Secure and stretch your water supply. When the power goes out, your water system's reliability is on borrowed time. Pumps stop working, treatment plants lose pressure, and within a day or two, you could be staring at a dry faucet. That's why securing your water supply isn't just a good idea, it's a survival necessity. The moment the grid fails, you don't hesitate, you act. Your first move, fill every large container in your home with water. Bathtubs, sinks, buckets, pitchers, jugs. If it can hold water, use it. Time is critical because
Okay, I'm going to play that again for you to write that down. Okay? What you're going to...
Don't hesitate. You act. Your first move, fill every large container in your home with water. Bathtubs, sinks.
You're going to fill up your bathtubs, which you already know because we've discussed that. Sinks. Every bucket that you have. Once the power goes out, you start grabbing as much stuff to fill up as quickly as possible. Bathtubs, sinks, buckets, pitchers, like a pitcher of water, and jugs. If it holds water, fill up all of it, whatever you got. Okay, again, bathtubs, sinks, buckets, pitchers, and jugs. If it holds water, fill it up as much as you can.
Buckets, pitchers, jugs. If it can hold water, use it. Time is critical because the system might still have pressure for a short while, but that won't last. Every gallon you store now is one less you'll be scrambling for later. Here's the math. You need at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. That's just for drinking, cooking, and basic hygiene. Multiply that by the number of people in your home and the potential length of the outage, and suddenly, even a full bathtub feels like the bare minimum. But storing water is just the beginning. Next, you need to make it last. This is where purification tools come into play. A life straw is great for personal use, while iodine or chlorine tablets can handle small batches. And don't forget the tried and true method, boiling. If you've got a propane stove, wood burner, or solar cooker, bring water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute to kill bacteria, viruses, and parasites. It's simple, effective, and could save your life. For longer outages, think beyond your faucet. Rainwater collection can be a lifesaver if you're prepared with barrels, gutters, or even a tarp to funnel water into containers. And, setup, get resourceful. You can use water from your toilet tank, not the bowl, as long as it's free of chemical cleaners. Even canned goods like fruits, beans, or vegetables can provide liquid for hydration in a pinch. Dehydration doesn't take days to set in. It can hit within hours, especially for kids, the elderly, or anyone under stress. And once it does, your energy drops. Your focus fades, and your ability to make smart decisions takes a nosedive. Water isn't just about staying hydrated. It's about staying sharp, calm, and in control. In a blackout, water is life. Secure it, stretch it, and make every drop count. Rule 2, control temperature to survive the elements. When the power goes out, temperature control becomes a matter of survival, not comfort. Whether it's freezing cold or blistering heat, being unprepared to regulate your environment can turn dangerous fast. Let's break it down. Winter, the silent killer. Cold doesn't always feel life-threatening at first, but hypothermia can sneak up quickly. Your first move, designate a single room as your survival zone. Forget heating the whole house. Focus on insulating one space. Use heavy blankets, tarps, or plastic sheets to seal off the area and trap any warmth you generate. Layer up. Wear multiple sets of clothing. Wrap yourself in thermal or mylar blankets and use cold weather sleeping bags if you have them. These are designed to retain body heat, which is one of your most reliable heat sources. Don't stop there. Cover windows and walls with emergency blankets to reflect warmth back into the room. Shared body heat is another lifesaver. Huddle with family members or pets under layered bedding to raise the temperature in your insulated space. For extra warmth, heat water bottles on a propane stove, or use heat-storing bricks warmed by fire or sunlight. These can provide hours of gentle heat when placed under blankets or near your body. Summer, the unforgiving heat. When the thermostat climbs and there's no AC, your goal is to prevent overheating. During the day, seal your home. Close blinds, shut windows, and block sunlight with towels or reflective materials. At night, reverse the process. Open windows to let cooler air in. Create cross-ventilation by opening windows on opposite sides of the house, and use battery-powered fans or crank fans to boost airflow. For makeshift cooling, hang damp cloths in front of open windows, or use them to wipe down your body. Hydration is critical, but so is staying shaded and limiting physical activity. If you have a basement, use it as a heat refuge. It's often the coolest spot in the house. Reflective insulation on windows and doors can also help keep indoor temperatures down. Critical safety warning. Never use gas stoves, charcoal grills, or kerosene heaters indoors to generate heat. These produce carbon monoxide, an odorless, invisible gas that can be deadly. Every year, people lose their lives trying to heat their homes this way during blackouts. Don't take the risk. Whether it's freezing cold or sweltering heat, controlling your environment is key to survival. Plan ahead, stay safe, and don't let the elements catch you off guard. Rule 3, protect your health, sanitation, and medications. When the power goes out, staying healthy becomes a top priority. Everyday routines are disrupted, and without proper planning, small issues can quickly spiral into big problems. From hygiene to medications, here's how to stay ahead. Hygiene first. Without running water or hot showers, maintaining cleanliness takes some creativity. Stock up on essentials like wet wipes, hand sanitizers, and plenty of plastic bags. Wet wipes can substitute for quick washes, while hand sanitizers help keep germs at bay. Plastic bags are multi-purpose heroes. They can store trash, isolate soiled items, and prevent contamination in your living space. Keeping your environment clean isn't just about comfort. It's about preventing illness. Medications matter. If you rely on prescription medications, power outages can pose serious challenges, especially for those that need refrigeration, like insulin or certain antibiotics. A battery-powered cooler is a lifesaver, keeping medications at the right temperature even when the fridge is down. If you don't have one, a thermos with ice packs can work as a temporary solution. Always store medications in their original containers, which include critical information like dosage and expiration dates. Keep them in a cool, dry spot away from sunlight to prevent degradation. Staying organized is key. Know what you have, when to take it, and how to store it safely. First aid is non-negotiable. A well-stocked first aid kit is a must. Include basics like antiseptics, bandages, and sterile gauze for wound care, as well as burn cream and fever reducers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen. Power outages don't stop injuries or illnesses, so being ready to handle minor medical issues can make all the difference. Stay ahead of illness. In a blackout, prevention is your best defense. Wash your hands frequently, even if it's just with bottled water and soap. Avoid cross-contamination by keeping food prep areas clean and separating raw and cooked items. If someone in your household gets sick, isolate them as much as possible to prevent the spread of germs. Plan for the unexpected. Health emergencies don't wait for the power to come back on. If you or a family member has a chronic condition, make sure you have extra supplies, backup plans, and a way to contact emergency services if needed. In a blackout, protecting your health isn't just about surviving. It's about staying strong and ready for whatever comes next. Plan ahead, stay clean, and keep your medications and first aid kit within reach. Rule 4, flip the switch. Secure light, then secure home. Imagine you're plunged into sudden darkness. The chilling silence is broken only by frantic footsteps and hands patting walls searching for a flashlight. What's your first step in a blackout? Before you worry about locking doors or peeking outside, there's a critical priority. Get your lights on.
Exactly.
Fast. Why is light your number one move? Because darkness breeds chaos. You can't react to what you can't see. The risks pile up quickly. Bruised shins, broken lamps, or someone tripping and getting hurt when clarity is needed most. Worse still, a pitch black house is a bullseye, invisible to those outside, while leaving you blind and vulnerable inside. In the minutes after a blackout, panic can spread rapidly if your family is left in the dark. The savviest survivalists know you don't depend on luck or a single dusty torch. You need redundancy. Scatter light sources everywhere you might need them. Think headlamps clipped by the entryway, LED lanterns in bathrooms, even battery-pounded motion lights on every stair. Consider solar lamps with automatic sensors. You'll be the only house glowing from within when the neighborhood vanishes into black. Light isn't just practical, it's psychological armor. As soon as your rooms are bathed in steady glow, you send a message: we're safe, alert, and not easy targets. The instant visibility lets everyone settle down, get their bearings, and focus. Once the home is well lit, then you shift to defense mode. Start the lockdown. Secure all doors and windows. Shut blinds tight and make access points look impenetrable. Dim any unnecessary exterior lights to reduce what can be seen from the street. Gather everyone in your primary room stocked with essentials: flashlights, radios, snacks, and your emergency plan. Remember, electronic locks might fail when the grid is down. Rely on sturdy deadbolts, barricades, and whatever manual security you have ready. Always assume outside help could be a long way off. Your self-preparedness makes the difference between a chaotic scramble and a calm, controlled wait. So Rule 4 is simple. Make securing light your first victory in a blackout. Not just for vision, but to reclaim control, bring peace to your crew, and intimidate anyone outside. Once you can see, then you secure everything else. That's how you survive and thrive when the lights go out. Rule 5. Secure your food and master power-free cooking. When the electricity cuts out, your refrigerator isn't just useless, it's working against you. That silent hum you take for granted is what keeps your perishables safe. Without it, you're racing against the clock before everything inside turns into wasted food and a health hazard. The key here is to act immediately. Step 1. Triage your perishables. Your first stop isn't the pantry, it's the fridge. Start with what will spoil the fastest. Dairy products, fresh meat, leftovers, and cooked meals are your priority. The longer you wait, the more you risk bacteria gaining a foothold. A refrigerator without power holds safe temperatures for about 4 hours if left closed. A fully stocked freezer might give you a buffer of 24-48 hours. Again, only if you resist the urge to open it frequently. Use this short window wisely. Cook or consume what matters most while it's still fresh. Scramble those eggs, throw together a salad from perishable veggies, and prepare meals that extend shelf life, like soups or stews that you can later reheat. Toss anything that has crossed the line into unsafe territory. It's better to lose food than risk food poisoning in an already stressful situation. Step 2, make shelf-stable foods king. Once the fridge is dealt with, shift your focus to non-perishable essentials. These form the foundation of your emergency food plan. Think canned goods: soup, beans, tuna, chicken, chili. They pack protein, calories, and longevity. Dried staples like pasta, rice, and oats provide bulk, while vacuum-sealed fruits or jerkies keep things interesting and nutrient-balanced. Familiar foods are key here. Sticking to what your family knows and likes ensures everyone stays comforted and nourished. Remember, in a crisis, nothing adds to frustration quite like arguing over unappealing meal options. Step 3, know how you'll cook. With your electric appliances out of commission, alternative cooking methods become essential. A portable propane stove is a lifesaver for boiling water, heating soups, or making quick meals. Just ensure it's used outdoors or in a well-ventilated area. Have a stock of fuel handy to keep it running. For longer-term solutions, rocket stoves offer reliable cooking power using only twigs or scrap wood. If you're aiming for a clean and sustainable option, a solar oven is a fantastic tool. Even on overcast days, this reflective contraption can bake, simmer, and slow cook meals without any additional fuel. Food is survival and control. In a blackout, food isn't just about sustenance. It's about maintaining morale and a sense of with a well thought out strategy for managing perishables and preparing meals off grid. You can turn chaos into calm and keep your household fed and focused. Rule 6, stay connected, stay alert, stay prepared. When the grid goes down, one of the most immediate problems is communication. Fear quickly builds when people feel isolated, which is why having reliable methods to stay connected and informed is non-negotiable in a power outage. Here's how to ensure you're always in the loop and ready to signal for help. Tune in with radio. A simple battery-pounded or crank radio can become your lifeline. Unlike phones or the internet, radios don't rely on cellular networks or Wi-Fi. With a functioning radio, you can receive critical updates about weather, local conditions, or emergency alerts. Crank radios are especially useful. They eliminate dependency on fresh batteries since they generate power manually. Even your car radio can become a valuable tool for staying informed during extended outages. Just remember, this only works if your vehicle has enough fuel. Keeping your gas tank at least half full at all times is a smart habit in any emergency preparedness plan. Keep your phone charged. Your smartphone becomes a priceless tool in a blackout for as long as it has a charge. While the grid is down, solar-powered chargers or hand-crank chargers are invaluable for topping up your battery. Solar chargers harness sunlight, while crank chargers rely on physical effort to generate energy. Perfect for emergencies when outlets are useless. But even the best chargers can't help if cell networks fail. That's why it's critical to prepare beyond just your phone. Backup contact lists. Never leave your survival communications solely to digital devices. Keep a detailed physical list of important contacts, such as family members, healthcare providers, utility companies, and emergency services. Paper backups never lose power, crash, or mysteriously delete themselves. Store one copy in your emergency kit and another in a secure, easy-to-access spot at home. And invest in advanced devices. When staying connected is a must, consider tools designed for extreme situations. Satellite phones, for example, bypass local cell towers and work almost anywhere, even in remote areas or when conventional networks are overloaded. Walkie-talkies are another great option for staying in touch with others nearby, especially if family members get separated. Low-tech signaling. If all else fails, don't underestimate the power of non-electric methods. Whistles and flares are simple yet effective tools to signal help or alert others to your location. A whistle's sharp sound can travel great distances, while flares provide a visual SOS, even in low visibility conditions. Be sure these tools are included in your kit and that everyone knows how to use them. Staying connected isn't just about convenience, it's survival. With the right prep, you can keep uncertainty at bay, stay informed, and ensure help is within reach. Rule 7, conserve, communicate, and coordinate. When the power goes out, the worst thing you can do is act impulsively. Panic leads to wasted resources, poor decisions, and unnecessary risk. Survival during an extended outage requires discipline, clear thinking, and teamwork. Here's how you can conserve, communicate, and coordinate effectively to stay ahead. Plan with purpose. The foundation of successful navigation through a blackout is a robust household emergency plan. This plan should go beyond a simple checklist and define clear roles for everyone in your household. Who will manage food and water rationing? Who monitors devices like radios or flashlights? Who will handle communications or check on news updates? Assigning responsibilities minimizes confusion and ensures nothing important is overlooked. Set daily routines for meals, hydration, and group check-ins. Structure fosters normalcy, even in chaotic moments. These routines not only conserve mental energy, but also reduce tensions within the group. Ration wisely. Supplies like food, water, and batteries are finite, so it's imperative to stretch them for as long as possible. Establish portions based on how much you have and the expected duration of the outage. Resist the urge to indulge too much right after the power cuts out. Discipline in the early stages can make a critical difference later on. Focus on high-calorie, nutrient-dense foods first to maximize energy while conserving bulk. Similarly, consider establishing water consumption schedules to prevent overuse. Stay engaged and positive. Maintaining morale is as important as managing supplies. Prolonged outages often induce stress, boredom, and anxiety. To combat this, have simple entertainment options ready. Board games, books, puzzles, or even storytelling can keep the atmosphere lighter and maintain a sense of connection within the household. Strengthening emotional resilience helps everyone stay calm and cooperative under pressure. Foster community strength. You're not in this alone. Strengthen your support network by staying in touch with neighbors, especially the elderly or vulnerable. share updates, trade resources, and check in on each other regularly. Community collaboration can turn a disjointed neighborhood into a cohesive, resourceful unit far more capable of handling challenges. Prepare for contingencies. Think ahead to challenges like financial limitations. Keep cash available for essential goods when cards and electronic payments are out of service. Protect important documents in waterproof and fireproof cases for easy access. Lastly, brace yourself for the possibility of a prolonged outage. Developing a mindset focused on resourcefulness and adaptability ensures that you'll be ready no matter how long it takes for the grid to return. By conserving resources, collaborating with others, and preparing for the unexpected, you foster safety and stability amid uncertainty. And the power goes out. Survival depends on preparation, adaptability, and teamwork. By following these 7 essential rules, you'll be ready to face any outage with confidence. Be proactive, stay flexible, and lean on those around you to weather the storm safely. Remember, every small step you take now can make a big difference when it matters most. Stay prepared, stay connected, and stay safe.
I mentioned in a previous video that I did that it's...
Okay. I'll send you that one, and then I got some other things I want to show you before we start our movie. I mean, as you're going to see things when I post things, and there's a reason. Oh, I saw that already. I saw that already. Just like what we do with scriptures. If I keep on showing the same things, that you hear the same things over and over and over again, repetition, eventually, oh yeah, I remember hearing that. Sometimes you hear something once, you don't remember it. But sometimes if I show you things that somebody might say that we heard over, oh, I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that again. And you'll start remembering it. Okay, so there's reasons why I keep showing, oh, she showed us this already, or I heard this already. Well, there's a reason for repetition. There's always a reason for repetition. Why do you think Germans did it? Why do you think the government does it? Why do you think your television tells you what to buy, what to drink, what to eat, right? It's repeating over and over and over and over and over again, making you crave certain things over, right? Because they put it in your face. What we're doing here is survival, that you're not going to have to, oh yeah, I remember doing this. This is the very first thing. What's the very first thing you do before stockpile? In the case of an emergency right now, if the lights were to go out right this second, what is the very first thing that you do? Hands up. What's the very first thing? Gloria.
First, I will get my flashlight so I can see, especially if it's dark.
Very first thing.
I would do that. I would open my apartment door, because we have generators. I make sure they're working in the hall, so the halls are lit, at least.
That's the very first thing. That's it. That's the very first thing. The very first thing is making sure that you're in a well-lit area so you could actually see what it is that you're doing, where you're going, not feeling around and touching things, and banging and hurting yourself. Once you get your light source working, then you start securing your windows, your doors, and everything else. Please remember that is first. At nighttime, if the grids go down at night or at a storm, the very first thing you secure is getting all your light sources ready. That you have a flare, like right here, right now. If anything was to happen right here, right now, 2 seconds, I have a light. And I have a little fan. 2 seconds, in case something's right here, immediately I have something right here. All right, so make sure your first thing is a flashlight. Have one by your bed, have one in your bathroom. Make sure, especially now with these, you don't know. You could be in the bathroom brushing your teeth and all of a sudden your grids go down. Everything goes down. But meanwhile, your flashlight and all your stuff is in your bug out bag or it's in your bug out room. What good is that if you can't get to it? Right? So try to position things in different parts of your house. Right? Try to get to.
When I had my children, we always hung flashlights on the doorknobs.
Yeah.
The back of the doorknobs in every room, including the bathroom. So if the lights went out or if it was dark,
Excellent idea.
they had a doorknob with the flashlight. And they do carry some flashlights that you can hand pump them to turn on.
Excellent. Excellent idea, putting flashlights on every single door. I told you to put bells, you know, those hanging bells. So if anybody's jingling your door, you'll know if somebody's at that door and where you need to protect yourselves. Right? Always hanging. You heard those jingle bells that I put? They come in a ring. And every one of my doors have bells. Those little jingle bells. In case somebody at night wants to, I'll hear it immediately where they are in my house and how I could position myself, how to attack, or how I should, you know, if I hear them here, how I could go around and go sneak out a door if I have to. Whatever the situation. You got to be in survival mode. Who knows how to get in survival mode? The first thing you got to do is what? Remain calm. Because if you're not calm, you're never going to think. If you let fear come in, you're never going to think. You're going to make, first thing you got to remember is you already got you, and to remain calm. Excellent. That was excellent, Christina, putting a flashlight on each door. That is excellent. I'm actually going to try to find that. A flashlight each door. Got to secure your lighting source first. Then go around making sure everything else is secure. What I noticed was running out of, immediately was ran out of in the dollar store, in the Dollar Tree, immediately, that there's none on the shelves. Everybody grabbed aluminum foil. Do you know why aluminum foil is so important in the end days? Anybody know why aluminum foil? Just think about it. Why? Don't call it out. Just think about why aluminum foil is going to be used for numerous things. Anybody have an idea? Gloria.
I'll use them as plates. So I had to.
Okay. Aluminum foil. You could use them as plates.
I'll use them as plates. And then warm up fast, boom, you cook quick.
And you know exactly, thermal cooking is what you would use aluminum foil for. Actually, that's part of that. Aluminum, they're already sold out.
You can use your car engine to warm up your food. You know, if it's you know, the last resort is one of the survival skills that I know of, that using your car engine and use aluminum foil, and you can easily cook your food.
Easily cook your food with aluminum foil.
Easily in a minute.
Easily.
Eggs, I mean, if it's during the sun like we had during the day, you can just put aluminum foil and
aluminum foil.
Egg.
Excellent. Number one. What's another use for aluminum foil? Gloria.
Maybe to wrap things up, like food, leftover food. Maybe wrap
That's
it
a good
up,
idea.
put it in there.
Yeah, that's
I think that's a good one.
Okay. Well, we saw what the guy was talking about, how you're going to use aluminum foil to actually heat or cool your rooms. So what you're going to do is over your windows, you're going to be using that, the aluminum foil. Let's say that you need to block out. You got to block out your windows. You know that, right? When if you have light and nobody else does, people are going to want to come into your house. If you have generators, if you have your things running and your air conditioning's running and everything is running because you have generators, and you don't use outdoor generators, the ones that you're using gas and propane, because now everybody is going to know what you have. You got to have things quiet. You got to be you want to be the one that nobody's looking at your house, that you're the one that they're going to want to come into and say, oh my gosh, look, they got electricity. If they got electricity, they got food. If they got food, they got water. If they got water, they got medicines. If they got medicines, they got all the things we need. Then you know what? Let's bombard that house. No, what you got to do is cover your windows. First, you put on your electricity, whatever it is, flashlights, whatever, plug in your solar generators, whatever. Then you start working on closing your windows, shutting your blinds. getting tin foil or black garbage bags. You better start covering those windows immediately, especially the room that you're in and bugging out in. Okay, make sure all your windows, aluminum foil, excellent. It takes 2 seconds to it's on a roll. Just roll it and just tape it, 2 seconds, or black garbage bags.
Michelle, you could also use aluminum foil to get any kind of electrical service on your radio.
Yes.
It's great for to building an antenna. It is also can be used with, I say, pieces of copper to recharge your cell phones. You know, aluminum foil can be used for many things.
You want to know something? This clock I'm going to show you right here. This clock right here. Is it this clock right here? Might not be this clock right here. I know one of my clocks. Let me see, is it this one? No, it's not this. I thought it was this one. Okay. The back of this clock, okay, you see a battery. Sometimes if your battery has a little bit of juice in it, you could put a little bit of a tin foil on the back of it and start charging the battery. If your battery is not touching the metal, let's say the metal is too far from the battery itself, you could actually put tin foil in between and you'll start using, and it'll start working again. I use tin foil on one of my, I guess it's not this one. I thought it was this one. It's not.
And that magnifying glass you got there can start a fire.
Yep, this starts fires. What else could you use in case of an emergency that, let's say, for whatever reason, and you need to get a helicopter that's passing by? What would you use to get somebody's attention that is in a helicopter or a plane to let you know you're in distress? And if you're a mirror, you shine it up with the light, letting people know that you're in distress, right? But in times when the power grid goes out, you don't want people to know where you are. You don't want any attention from outside knowing that you know that you have things that they don't have. Let me play our next show. Let me play something else for us now. Okay, does anybody have any questions about that? The number one thing, what do? What's the very first thing that we do? The light source. Second thing we do, secure everything and close everything up. Let nobody see that light source. Close your windows, okay? Cover your windows. Everything that has a way somebody could see that light, you're going to cover. Okay? Then you start plugging in your generators and everything else, whatever else. You got to make sure nobody sees what you got. Or if you're a husband and wife, one could do the generator, the other one could start sealing up the windows. If you got family, get everybody working. It's not if you have more than one person, it's not everything on you. Assign jobs to people. Okay? I'm here by myself, so you know what? I'm going to have to do it unless Donnie's here or my brother comes. I mean, I have to do everything real quick. But if you got a household of people, you take care of this. Someone's got to be a delegator, or else nobody knows what to do. And let that be established before it happens. Oh, don't tell me what to do. Or else you're going to have me the don't tell me what to do people. All right? Don't tell me what to do. All right, let's get to the next thing. Let me see what else I have on here. I know I had something else. Where are you? Oh, how to make a candle that never goes out. Okay, let's talk about candles that never go out. Let me show you this. I'm not a big fan of candles, by the way. Okay, unless you're using it for a heat source to boil water or cooking, I don't like candles, especially when you got pets or children. But in case, you don't have to add the stones if you don't want it. A candle that will never go out and burn forever. They're going to make it decorative. That you're not really going to do right now. Hi, Guyana. Somebody from Guyana. YouTube. You know, water and oil separate, right? Okay, you add a little scent if you want to. Make it smell nice in the house instead of mildewy. Cut off the bottom of a plastic cup, a plastic bottle. You gotta see this. I can't. I'll try to send this in an email to everybody. Just get this in your subconscious in case you need to do this. If you want to run by a candle, I say use the Crisco, put an upside down candle that lasts 72 days, not 72 hours. Get the big cans of lard. Crisco. That lasts 72 days. Just start looking these things up for yourself too. Start doing some research. Okay, they're just using a piece of toilet paper as a wick. Twisting it. Okay, the rocks on the bottom, we're going to keep it straight. Okay, you're going to get a glass, fill it up. Halfway with water. Okay, a quarter of oil, olive oil. Get a piece of paper towel or toilet paper, roll it up, make a wick. The bottom of the bottle, just the bottom. You're gonna cut out that round. In the center, you're gonna make a dot and have the wick go right through that. It's not gonna burn it. It's gonna go underneath. Getting the wick will full of the olive oil now. The wick will not, right, this will not touch the oil. Slide it. Just so you see, you have all this stuff at home already. Just in case. Just in case you need some extra light. But I really want to show you this. Let's learn how to do some eggs. Where is it? How to save eggs. Get your eggs now.
Kupila sam 30 komada jaja od seljaka. Jako je bitno da nisu jaja iz prodavnice, trebaju nam neoprana jaja. Ako je neko od jaja baš ovako uprljano, očistite ga sa četkicom.
You're going to get eggs and clean them. Okay, get your eggs. You're going to save eggs that'll last in jars up to 2 years if you buy your eggs now. Okay, clean off your eggs.
Jako je bitno da ih ne perete. I nikako za ovaj recept ne treba da uzimate kupovna jaja.
Okay, just
Ništa
clean them
nije
off.
strašno ako ima i malo nečistoće na njima. I sad idemo dalje po receptu.
She's writing it in English. Get glass jars.
U teglu spuštati jaja.
Okay. You're going to put them in the jar. I would do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow, actually.
Ispustimo jaje. I tako ćemo svako.
Get some eggs.
Sljedeće jaje i koliko možete.
Make sure that they're not cracking. You're going to layer them on top in a big jar or in a few jars. And they're not hard boiled. Okay, you're not hard boiling them. They're regular eggs. Okay, make sure they're not cracking. Be very careful as you're putting them in a jar. First thing, put eggs in a jar. Load them up.
Napunila sam teglu sa jajima i sad ćemo
Now
pripremiti
we're going to prepare.
Ja ovde imam gašeni kreč.
We're going to get some lime.
Ako ne možete ovako da ga nađete, možete naći
lime powder.
Gašeni kreč u prahu. 2 supene kašike razmutit ću u 700 ml.
You're going to put 2 tablespoons, write this down, 2 tablespoons of slaked, 2 tablespoons. I'm doing this tomorrow. Of slaked, S-L-A-K-E-D, slaked lime, L-I-M-E. And you're going to be using 700 milliliters of water. And you're going to mix it together. You're going to take 700 milliliters of water, and you're going to add 2 tablespoons of this lime powder. Slaked lime powder. Let's see what else she does. Okay, everybody got that so far? You're going to have eggs that are going to last you 2 years on a shelf. Eggs. Could you imagine when the grids go out and nobody's going to be able to, you're not going to be able to get eggs?
Michelle.
Yes.
The only place that you can get that lime powder is at a feed store.
Feed store like
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply store. Yeah, I was just there today, so I wish I would have known that. I went there with my brother today. Tractor Supply store. He was looking for something. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to get this tomorrow. Thank you. And this is called slaked. Is that the right word? Christina? Christina?
Yes.
Slaked is the word, S-L-A-K-E-D?
Uh-huh. In Mexico, they use that slate lime to make squash candy, and they use it to preserve a lot of the vegetables.
Very good to know. I'm going to get this tomorrow. So we're putting 2 tablespoons of slaked lime. The only place you could get this slaked lime, this powder, from what Christina says, is at the Tractor Supply store. Tractor Supply store. So if you have one near you, take a ride over there tomorrow. All right, let's finish this. So she has 1 big jar, all full of eggs, just laying nice, lightly on top of each other. They're not hard boiled. And now she's making this mixture. Okay, once it gets all creamy, she's mixing it all in this water, mixing it all together. Right me in the okay. She's making it all into this like.
Naši stari su premazivali zidove kuća sa gaš.
All right, slaked lime. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I've never heard of it before, but slaked lime kills bacteria and fungus. Our ancestors, listen to this. Our ancestors coated the walls of houses with slaked lime. That's how they disinfected the wall. Very interesting. Look at this. This is all for bacteria and fungus.
Jer gašeni kreč dezinfikuje prostorije
i
ne dozvoljava bakterijama i gljivicama da se razvijaju. Gašeni kreč se...
Okay, fruit growers coat. Listen to this. people who grow fruit growers coat the tree trunks on the bottom of the tree, coat the tree trunk with slake lime, thus protecting the tree from disease. Well, you can put this on your trees.
Se takođe koristi i u voćarstvu.
Joe and Karen, you have your own garden. Look at this.
Veća da se zaštite od raznih bolesti. Gašeni kreč koristi se i u prehrambenoj industriji.
Used in the food industry.
Razvutila sam gašeni kreč i sada ću preliti.
Now she's taken the pitcher that has the mixture and she's just going to be pouring it into the mason jar that just has the eggs, not cooked eggs, regular eggs, in the shell. And she's going to just pour it in there.
I preko jaja. Inače, gašeni kreč napravit će zaštitni film oko ljudske jaja i zaštititi od bakterija.
This slake lime will form a protective film around the eggshell, so the egg will be protected from decay. Very interesting. Look at this.
Celo jaje. Tegu sada zatvaram i čuvamo.
And then all she did was close the jar and store it in a dark and cool place until she's ready to use.
Na tamnom i hladnom mestu do upotrebe. Ovako pripremljena jaja mogu trajati i do.
Eggs could last up to 2 years. Imagine if the grids go down and you haven't had a nice egg and that you needed eggs to make a cake or you needed eggs to make breakfast or whatever. You could do this in a 5-gallon bucket. Get a 5-gallon bucket and do all of this. Don't just do it in a jar. Get a 5-gallon bucket full of these eggs. Before eggs become $20 for 5 of them, for half a dozen.
I kada se
What a great idea.
Ovako će izgledati tegla. I ako vam se dopada ovaj moj recept, vi naravno lajkujte, prijavite se na moj kanal i ostavite mi komentar. Prijatno! Prvo što ću raditi, skuvat ću 20 komada jaja.
Second recipe for canning boiled eggs. This is boiled eggs. The other one were raw eggs. These are boiled eggs. She's going to cook the eggs for 1 tablespoon of salt, and she has them all in a pot, adding water on top.
Šer postavljam na šporet.
Boiling the eggs for 12 minutes.
Kuvaću jaja 12 minuta.
Interesting.
Dok se jaja kuvaju, oljuštit ću i izrandati 2 šalterepe i 1 cveklu.
While she's boiling the eggs, she's grating 2 carrots and 1 beet.
Izrandala sam šalterepe
2 carrots, 1
i
beet.
sad ćemo izrandati cveklu.
Shredding them. What is this woman doing? Interesting.
Izrandala sam cveklu i sada ću iseckati 5 čena belog luka.
Okay, 5 cloves of garlic she's adding. Okay, the water's boiling for the eggs while the eggs are in there.
Ja sam skuvala i ohladila i sada ću ih oljuštiti.
Oh, just cracking the eggs. She's deshelling the eggs. All right, let's see if we can move a little faster with her eggs.
Oljuštila sam jaja. A ovde sam pripremila.
She's taking the hard-boiled eggs out of the shells, putting them in glass jars.
Sad ću svaku teglu staviti.
Putting some peppercorns on the bottom. Peppercorns and garlic on the bottom of each jar. What a great idea! Look at this. You all are going to get this anyway.
Seckanog belog luka.
Garlic. Still adding garlic.
Sada ću ređati jaja.
Separate. She's putting the eggs now in the jars. The hard-boiled eggs.
I tako punim i druge tegle.
How great is that? That they could last up to 2 years.
Stavljam po kašičicu soli.
Adding some salt to each jar, just sprinkling salt on top. Sprinkling some, these are hard-boiled ones now.
Zatim stavljam po 2 supene kašike 9%
She's going to add 2 tablespoons of vinegar to each jar. These are like pickled eggs.
Jednu teglu ću ostaviti ovako samo sa jajima i belim lukom, drugu
now
ću
she's adding the
napuniti
carrots.
sa šargaretom.
She's saying she fills 1 jar with carrots, the shredded carrots from before. I guess the other one's going to have the beets.
A treću teglu
The other jar is going to have a beet, the beets on
inače
top.
tegle su od 750 ml.
Interesting. Pickled eggs. I don't think I've ever had a pickled egg. Have any of you ever had pickled eggs?
Tegle ću napuniti sa prokućenom
Filled in hot water?
I made pickled jalapeno eggs.
Look at this. Christina said she had pickled jalapeno eggs. Look at this. What a great idea. Look at this thing. Fabulous.
Zatim ću obrisati sa sirćetom vrhove tegli da poklopac lepo nalegne.
Wipe the jars, just obviously wipe the tips of the jars in case there's anything on the covers or around it.
Sada ću zatvoriti tegle sa čistim i novim poklopcima da vazduh ne uđe unutra, inače će se
And
pokvariti.
she's just covering them. She's not even sealing. She's not even vacuum sealing. Oh, maybe she is now.
Treba mi jedna šerpa.
Oh, I think she's going to vacuum seal them now.
Krpu i poređat ću tegle u šerpu.
Putting a towel in a pot,
Nalivam toplu vodu.
pouring water. She's going to put it on the stove now, so the glass don't break in the pot.
Uključujem špon.
Oh, she's going to seal them now.
Poklopit ću i od momenta kada se ključa kuvajte 15 minuta. I evo posle 15 minuta pasterizacija je gotova.
15 minutes.
I sada ću tegle izvaditi iz šerpe. I ovako pripremljene tegle ostavite postepeno da se ohlade i zatim ih nosite na tamno i hladno mesto.
Interesting.
Pa ako vam se dopada ovaj moj recept, vi naravno lajkujte, prijavite se na moj kanal i ostavite mi komentar. Prijatno!
Interesting. I think she just sealed them, right? Christina, she just sealed them, right? By doing that. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, she sealed it, and what she did was she pressure cooked it to seal it.
Pressure cook, very interesting. How many are you going to do this? I'm actually going to go tomorrow and get to this. You can't get this lime from Amazon?
You can order it.
For those that can't go to, let's say nobody has a Tractor Supply by them. They can get it because it's not the only place, right? But they can get that from Amazon. Slaked lime. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get up to 2 years. How nice. Let's see, what time is it? All right, does anybody else have anything? Well, we're learning how to make some eggs. Pickled eggs that were hard-boiled, and we know how to store now regular eggs, and both will last for 2 years. Fabulous. Christina, have you ever made the regular eggs? Just like not boiled?
No, I usually boil my eggs, and I started using the leftover canned pickle jalapenos that you buy at the store, and I just take the juice and I poured it into a big jar, and I boiled my eggs, and I added hot dog weenies because I was making it for somebody, and on hers I added the hot dog weenies, the carrots, and the onions, and that's what I added to the eggs. And she asked me to add the pickled weenies. They sell them at the Dollar Tree, but I just added eggs and slices of jalapeno with carrots and onions in it. That was pretty good. It was spicy, but not fire hot.
So you made it, you stored it and then ate, or you just made it and then you just eat it? I mean, did you store it and then had it like?
Stored it, yeah.
You stored it for how long though?
For about a half a year.
That's what I want to know. I mean, if you just made it, just ate it, okay,
Yeah,
that sounds.
because the jalapeno juice has apple cider vinegar in it. It has vinegar.
Yeah.
It's just like pickles. It's got
That's
vinegar
interesting.
in it.
You know who I think is going to get this? Jeff. Because he's always in the kitchen. He's always making something. Jeff, you going to make this? Jeff is going to. Do you like eggs? Jeff, do you do eggs?
Now you could also use mineral oil.
Jeff,
eggs, Michelle.
Mineral oil? Wait, Jeff, give me one. Go ahead. All right, Jeff, mineral oil is for eggs. Go ahead, Jeff.
The Amish puts mineral oil around the egg and preserves it.
Mineral oil around the eggs. Interesting.
And yeah, mineral is cheap to get.
Now, if you have 5-gallon or a 2-gallon pail, you don't have to just do these jars. You could actually do it in larger quantities. Jeff, what did you think?
The only thing with the plastic 5-gallon pails is I don't know if the lime would react with the plastic.
Oh, that would make sense. Oh, that would make sense. Because I think I've seen somebody that did this with 5-gallon pail. Oh, I wonder if they make anything.
Now,
that makes sense, Jeff.
The blue 64-ounce blue mason jars and the regular 64-ounce mason jars for I think 6 for $20. TikTok has them on sale. And they come with lids too.
That's a great idea. I didn't even think the plastic. Yeah, I don't want plastic. Yeah, I'm not going to do the 5-gallon thing. Forget it. That's not going to work. I wonder. No, that's not going to work. Unless you put all these jars in the 5-gallon pail, all these jars, and keep them sealed and make sure there's no light. You could keep the jars in the thing. That might you could do. And then you just have them in one place. That's even a nice storage thing to do. Takes up less space, I guess, that way. I don't know. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the eggs?
If you do the 5-gallon bucket and put the eggs in there, get some pool noodles so that way your glass won't be clanging together. So
that is so fun. Wait a minute.
You
know what's so funny? While I was at the dollar store today, look what I got. Pool noodles. I can't. It's in my living room. You know what I got these for? Who wants to guess what I got this for? Jim is smiling. I think he knows. In case you have to make another 5-gallon toilet. You know that you make the 5. I know, but that's not it. That's not the only reason. Because I made one at Donnie's house for the last day. I said, don't ever throw this out. Keep it in the garage in case of an emergency. I don't have one for my house. But needless to say, in case in case for anything, I have to split these up and put them in between like my doors or for in between glass or whatever. I just grabbed a few of them. I figured this might be something that even in case you got to use it as a pipe to run water from one thing into another, you could, you know how they say, you know how you can't put a bucket underneath your sink? You know, like you can't put a bucket under like your sink, under your sinks. Well, this is also another thing. You could run this pool noodle, hold this, and have it run into any jar or any bucket. So this also uses as a funnel. Or if you get bored, you could play on guard and you could start hitting each other. That's what I would do. That's what my brother and I used to do. We used to do on guard. We used to. Pool noodles, they're fun. All right, let me say. If you guys are up for it, it's still early for me. 10 o'clock. I'd like to watch part 1. Who's up for part 1 of this movie? I'm up. I feel wide awake today. We'll start it. It's called Blackout. You guys on YouTube, you could actually look it up on YouTube yourself. The movie is called Blackout. It's 2 parts. We're going to watch the first part tonight. And I think, I don't know, James Brolin, I think, is in it. I never watched it, but when you start watching movies of things of end days and cataclysmic events, you could start preparing from what they show you in a situation that you may not think of. That's the reason why we're watching it. So, and maybe, oh yeah, you know what, the side of my house, maybe I got to take care of something on my side of my house, or maybe I didn't think of something, you know, that might be a booby trap for somebody, like, you know, setting up like, I should have definitely wrote a book. Booby trap, like using fishing lines and bells, like if, you know, in case anybody is coming near your neighborhood or coming on your property, you could hear when they're coming around, if they trip on the wire. I don't know, I like survival things. So the next time, if you see me with charcoal underneath my eyes, you don't know what I did. You start seeing me doing army crawls, you know I've been watching way too many movies. All right, let's get this started. You guys on YouTube, I'm going to have to shut you down. I'm sorry, because I don't want any copyright infringements. You go and check out Blackout. Just look it up. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao for now, 12 o'clock. Love you. I gotta get it. I can't play with you guys. I love you all. How come I can't close you out though? Give me 1 second, everybody. I gotta close the live stream. I don't want any problems. All right, don't forget the movie's Blackout. Go to YouTube, go in the search bar. We're gonna be watching it now together.